Welcome, nerds, to another episode of the Weekly Dosage. 'Tis I, Eric the Dead. Shut up.
Nerd!
Today is our 20th episode. So, as you can if you can notice, it's just me right now. I think. Yeah, it's just me. I don't know what's going on yet. Today is it's my turn to pick a game. Last week we had Not So Silent Bob pick a game. He picked Okami. It's good.
Okami games, yeah.
It's good.
For noobs.
But it's not Dark Souls 3. I'm going to kind of explain. I want to tell you guys a little bit of the story about Dark Souls, but I'm very terrible at telling stories. Are you guys talking when I'm doing this?
Yes.
Kevin.
Sorry.
Eric show.
Little office space.
I'll look this way, and then this.
People are tapping their screens. Like, I think it froze.
You fresh, bro.
I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna read the lore off of their wiki, the Dark Souls wiki page, because it kind of explains it a little better. Like, I know the story and stuff, but it's kind of nice to get it from someone who doesn't have storytelling ADD. So, Dark Souls 3 takes place in a transition. I can't read with my left hand apparently. Transitory place revolving around the first flame and the cycle of fire and dark. You play as a protagonist whose goal is to find and return the 5 Lords of Cinder to their thrones at Firelink Shrine in order to link the flame. The protagonist is known as Unkindled, being that is considered less of a being than undead. So kind of undead, unkindled. So that's kind of... There's the bosses are the Lords of Cinder. There's other minor bosses, but you're essentially getting the cinders from the Lords of Cinder, and you're bringing them back to the Firelink Shrine. A lot of the story is basically, it's not really told through cutscenes or interactions with characters. A lot of it is told in the items, like the descriptions of the items, which I think is a really cool concept. Not a lot of games do it. It's kind of the opposite of cinematic heavy games. We're going to be playing Dark Souls 3. I have played since Dark Souls 1. I kind of know ins and outs and how to play the game. But I'm going to have Not So Silent Bob, as he hates me and gets exasperated.
He's doing it under protest.
He's going to play up until the first boss, which is roughly 5 minutes or so, just so you can get a feel of how it is for a new player to get acclimated to the game. That being said, let's kick it over to the gameplay.
Well, the group, Jesus.
Oh, the group. I was gonna. Okay.
Jeez.
It really is the Eric show.
What's up, nerds?
I didn't know you were
Welcome to the rest of the
Look
crew.
at it, it's all of us.
Welcome to my peons.
It's Eric and company.
Yeah.
It sounds like a 90s sitcom.
My 4 dads.
Is this
My poor dad.
like 3 guys?
Where are your
3 guys in an Eric show instead of...
3 guys in the air, yeah.
Yeah.
We just need lube.
3 guys
Whoa,
in
wow.
3 guys in an Eric place.
Let's move on to the gameplay on that note.
Something about lube.
Hey, I didn't say lube
Hey,
this
you're
time.
still on camera, buddy.
It's fine.
Something about lubing?
So the only thing you were missing with that intro was just the feeling. Like, I need you to feel it.
Dread? I feel it.
No. Like, and now,
No, not existential dread.
Dark Souls 3. Something like that. Can you do that?
Yeah, hit me back.
Alright. We're gonna go back. Let's see.
And now. You can't laugh.
I feel like the lights needed to dim, like Undertaker. See, this would be good.
And now for another meeting of the
This would be
Midnight
good if we had the
Society.
fog going. Oh, you said Midnight Society?
yeah.
Dope reference.
Where Will? What the hell? I clicked back and he's gone.
Couldn't you be ready for once in your godforsaken life?
It just leaves. And there were 3.
He had to get his hoodie. Travis
You
keeps
were-
it like
Let's do
You
Sub-Zero.
were
this.
the only one on camera when I left.
This would be magic because he's just gonna.
I'm gonna
stay
make
in the
I'm gonna make Locksteady reappear. Abra Shazam. Look at that.
What's up, guys? I'm back from the other dimension.
So, much to his dismay,
What was
Let's
that
get the
voice?
gameplay.
let's get the gameplay. We'll show.
What's the voice?
Oh no!
Again, I must stress
Where did the
how
gameplay go?
under protest this is, because I don't want to do it. There was a whole nose goes thing, and I was the second person to do
Where's
it.
the game?
But
Brandon?
apparently that doesn't matter. Nose goes doesn't matter, and I'm playing.
Knows it doesn't. Knows it
Because
doesn't.
this guy didn't
There
nose
we go.
goes,
Alright.
and
Sorry about that.
he was just like, "No, I'm not
So,
doing it."
we named our character Frankly Turtle.
Yeah,
Because, frankly,
I'm
we're
terrible. Yeah.
We're starting out as a knight, basic, class, strength class.
Oh, what a night.
You can pick these different items to start out with. We're going to start out with the life ring, gives us higher maximum HP. We also made our guy with this way. I don't know. And he's a burly motherfucker. So
Burly.
we'll start this.
He's a bird.
Do you actually ever see your character?
Yeah, it's third
It's third
person.
No. I'm saying like
Oh,
without
I
the
saw
armor.
the
Oh,
armor.
you can
Am I
take the
supposed to
armor
have
off.
the controller?
I'm coming it over to you.
He's-
Oh,
Oh no!
do I look okay?
Was that an earthquake? What happened?
There we go. Jeez.
How are we gonna?
Okay, you said something about like buttons working, and I don't remember.
Is this only a wired controller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spent $80 on a wired
It's
controller?
like $700.
I sit 3 inches from my PlayStation at all times.
Also, it's a
That's
really
what
nice
she
controller. Man.
said.
It's really hard to. Oh,
That makes no sense what you just said.
Yeah, I'm not following you on that one,
what's
T-Bird.
going on there, buddy?
It's called use.
Ew.
Have you seen your controller?
Yeah, I cleaned it like.
Yeah,
every
I
week.
don't clean them.
That's
Have you
weird.
seen? Never mind.
Whoa.
Gross.
I don't know where he was
All
going.
right. So this is not so silent Bob. He's
Oh, look, someone left a message for me. Control camera. Yeah, no, I got that already. Thanks, buddy.
Oh, see, that's sort of like a.
actually you don't even have it. Whenever you die first, then you don't have to make it to the first boss.
Oh, good, because I'm not gonna.
I think my PlayStation's gonna fly.
What's that say?
Yeah, this
Electronic
PlayStation is
Electronic tag.
it's the
So-
fan on it.
That thing's gonna kill me, isn't it?
Probably, and it's like the first enemy you ever encounter.
Alright.
Hey,
Ready?
I died on the first
L1
boss.
is
Dark
black.
Souls.
I killed it!
Look, you
Look
got one.
Yay!
Proud of you.
And whenever you roll, it uses stamina, which is that green bar.
That's a thing there, isn't it?
The green back.
Yeah.
Why is it not
In the
hopping
middle.
on there? Oh, it is, okay. Oh, I missed it!
Block it.
And
Block it. Sock
hit
it.
X on the white. There you go.
Hit it.
I
So
thought that said fetus flask or something. I was like, wow.
So in this game, to heal, you use
This is
You can use
insane.
multiple different items, but the base item is called an Estus Flask. It holds
that's
the
what that
life
thing is.
essence that heals you. And there's something called an Ashen Essence Flask. You don't want to go that way, by the way.
Wait, there's paths you should and shouldn't take?
Well, he can do
Look,
this.
I wanted to
other
kill the
path is
guy,
going
okay?
straight
His
to the
back was
boss,
to me.
but,
I was never gonna get a better shot at it.
Ashen Estus Flasks
Look at this
are
guy strolling.
blue Estus. He shoots arrows, so you
Oh,
might
You
want
might
to.
want to block.
Yeah. Blue Estus Flask or Ashen Estus Flasks.
Wow, he just took his time to
refill
reload,
your
didn't he?
mana. that
This
you
game's
use.
easy.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. He's joke.
He's about to get home.
So, but at least you'll get to feel.
What just happened?
If you hit right on the D-pad, it changes the layout at the
So
bottom.
down on the D-pad is the heal.
No, it's square to heal.
Was okay. So okay.
The down arrow changes the item you can use for that.
Ah, okay. Am I going the right way?
Now I would
Oh.
definitely not.
He runs on.
Yes, I would not walk off the cliff.
Well, yeah.
Everyone say hi to Brandon.
Hi,
What's up,
Brandon.
What a bee.
Why are you online and not watching us?
He was. He's the one that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can
he
comment.
commented.
Right, A2. Hey, look, it's the fire.
What's up, Easy Weezy?
I'm an a-hole, don't mind me.
And bonfires is where you can light them. They're kind of like checkpoints.
Yeah.
But if you sit at them, they do respawn all the enemies in the area.
Oh, screw that.
But I mean, you're past all the enemies anyway that you already
Oh,
fought. So.
no.
And it refills your Estus Flask to full.
Oh, your camera
Oh.
control is gonna make me sick. So loose.
Yeah, it's really fast. Like, it's super fast. Stay down.
Can you play in first person?
Oh,
No.
shit.
This game's only in third.
He surprised me.
It's not Skyrim, man.
Remember, R3
Nothing
is.
is Skyrim. Not
And
even
R2
Skyrim.
is a heavy attack.
Oh! Crap.
In the butt.
Wait, why?
Why in the butt?
Hmm?
Because he had
Why
a
not?
back turned.
That you went backwards.
I sure did. Look at that.
I said, what?
Hey, look at that. Oh, yeah, no, he already said that. Thanks,
You
dude.
just wasted like a potion or something, didn't you?
I just took a drink. Calm
It
down.
wasn't. I wouldn't call it wasted.
Yeah, I got chewed. Yeah,
Yeah, but then it would
you
cause
really-
the enemies
oh,
to respawn.
Wait, what that's it?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
If you hit L3 while you're dashing, it jumps. So I would
How do you dash?
circle is run.
Oh,
Thanks, Brandon. Apparently, the stream has choppy audio.
no, that's just how I talk.
The audio's bad?
I said
Oh!
there is
choppy.
like throughout the audio.
Clicking?
Oh, is it this PlayStation that sounds like it's gonna take off?
Oh,
It's clicking.
what? So these archers are like the worst. They take one shot and then they just don't aim or reload. Oh, jump down there and kill that guy. Oh!
There's
I
two
missed.
guys down there. There's a guy behind you.
Is he behind me?
No, dude. There's audio stutter.
Okay.
There's some really good audio stutter going on.
Oh, I haven't been pillaging them. Do I need to do that for like a review?
No, you don't need to, but I mean, they have
Need
items.
is a strong way to put it.
So they go up and loot the dudes?
Only if they have that white glowing orb.
Yeah. I'm almost at that boss, huh?
That big archway with the.
Now there's no audio at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I played this game, because I did play this because I remember this stuff.
Raven
no,
Knight
the
said
hold
we
on,
were promised a
back.
professional player, not this noob.
Ooh, no,
First
that's
of
still
all-
super choppy.
I didn't
Is
know
it
that.
talking or this audio?
I actually don't hear the game at all.
This game is very quiet though.
I wasn't necessarily saying
Should I
there is
hold
no game
on?
audio, just I don't hear it.
Any better?
The game audio is very quiet.
Any tips?
Don't die.
Yeah, but that's not the problem at all. It's the chat. Like, it's us.
Hi, buddy.
You have to pull the sword out of him.
I don't.
I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna move on.
That's the boss, isn't it?
Yes, he's about to put that the
He
sword
just
up.
wants to hug
See that
you.
thing that looks like a unicorn one on crack? He's gonna put it in me.
He's gonna hug you.
Yeah. hug
It
me.
looks like the
R3, I would lock onto him.
It
And
looks like the stuff
roll.
from Resident Evil 4, Eric. You know what
When
I'm
you
talking about?
roll.
Oh.
He
Okay.
said,
Ow.
He's
Ow.
not rolling.
I did roll and it
Roll
didn't.
back. You want to stay out of his reach until you heal.
Watch your
You're
stamina.
out of stamina, buddy. You're dead.
Oh, I'm dead.
Let me know if it improved.
And I'm done.
Did you die?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He
died.
got murdered.
So now you kind of get.
I knew
the
how
mecha-
it was.
like
I
the
played it.
mechanics have to.
A2 Brandon says Eric's voice is choppy, sounds like turds.
That's just how it normally sounds.
It's fucked up, dude.
Better at all?
Don't sound like turds.
So rude, man.
Any improvement?
All right. So now
More like
my
turd.
turn.
I've disabled and tried both cam audios.
Oh, I did better than that.
I'm going
Travis, you have your
from
phone over there?
playing
No.
Monster Hunter to this is super weird.
What are you listening to the audio on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook?
I'm
Well,
listening.
ultimately, I
I'm
guess it
listening
doesn't
to it on
matter.
YouTube, but Brandon's commenting on Twitch.
God damn it. Okay.
Okay, well, Twitch will be easier.
Why are you okay? Why are you? God damn it. I need to not play Monster Hunter before I play this.
Maybe we should go back and heal.
Yeah, I am.
Travis.
Raven Knight says Alex said he would have done better next time he gets to be on the stream.
Wow. Okay.
I think he meant better than
It's on the
Kevin.
bottom.
I know, that's why
I'm
you
sure-
still said oh.
I'm sure Alex didn't actually say that though.
No, Trevor's a jerk.
Trevor.
Okay.
And then that way you can at least hear what I'm hearing, you know what I mean? It might be a bitrate issue.
Oh, bit rate's fine. We're in the green.
Did you slash him as you went down?
Yeah.
Dope.
Just like
Fuck it.
Link in Smash Brothers.
You say so, man. What's with the fog?
It's a fog gate, so when you die,
Is he active in there? You don't have to pull the thing again?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just basically putting you back in the fight.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh,
His name is Udex Gundyr.
Solomon Gundyr.
Was he born on a Monday?
Gundyr.
Raven Knight says, you don't know, I'm teaching him sarcasm.
I swear it sounded like you said raping me.
No, I don't think you gotta teach my son sarcasm. I think
Yeah,
that is
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got this one.
Whoa!
Yeah, he gets
Exit
me.
out of this window without
He
any
just wants to give you a big hug.
exit or open it.
The browser for Chrome.
Does he look
On my phone?
swirly?
No, on.
I don't know.
Ew.
I'm also
I'm going
working on
probably
level
yes.
1 again, so it's kind of.
I'm almost sure, yeah. Should have set that up in Edge.
The rest of them?
Of all the things you can ever say about Microsoft's browsers, Edge is not
You did it.
I
a
did!
good resource at all.
You never got that far.
Does that make you
Picked
the
up your
arrow
souls.
fighter?
Yay.
From the first boss. Yes, I beat the game. That's Dark Souls 3!
Good night, everybody.
Great game. Have a good night.
Good plan, great plan.
Really dorks.
Have fun
No.
exploring the castle. See if it's a
Those
bonus
doors
fight.
look heavy.
Might be.
There goes all your stamina.
I'm surprised they don't do that just as a nod to what
He
you
didn't
do.
have much stamina.
Oh, God.
Sick burn.
Towards the end of the stream, before we end the stream, I'm gonna hop on my main character to show the difference in like
Yeah.
armor and stuff.
I didn't wash my hands.
Oh,
No, you never wash your hands. You're allergic to water.
I don't even know what that means.
That's David.
Washing hands or allergic to water?
Yes.
And so what I just did, if anybody noticed, I did what's called a parry. If somebody goes to attack you, you can hit L2 and it does this tool deal. Pushes it out of the way. And then you could do a critical attack after that. Which does a lot more damage. I haven't been in this area in
Does it make
forever.
that noise too, or is it just one benefit?
It goes, oh yeah, it makes that sound, yeah.
No, you went.
I didn't say Pachoo.
You did.
You said Julio.
I did say Patchouli oil.
Chili stinks.
Now, I'm probably going to die right here, just so we're clear.
Don't do that.
No, we fixed it.
Huh?
No, they fixed it.
What, closing the browser?
No.
Well, you just think you fixed it in general?
This guy is gonna kill you? Or
Yeah.
Girl? Is it a girl?
It's
Oh,
it's not a boss, but it's like a
so much stat.
higher.
Wow!
Zinder Raven says, Eric, I'm gonna need you to stop scrubbing it up, buddy.
Oh.
Ooh.
Don't
Shots.
take that from him.
Funny.
Shut up, David.
I got him. This is more like
Oh,
Zinder
there it is.
David. Can you make him fall off?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, God, my
Oh, can you make yourself fall off?
You
So-
don't need it.
The
Did
first
you die?
I said I was going to die
It
at that
just says
part,
you die. What do you mean, did you die?
Yeah, I
There's
don't know
more
what you
so-
did, but
and I also
it's
said I was
like-
going to
Big
die.
red letters
Seems fine.
across the
Yeah.
entire screen.
So now the question is, briefly, let's kick this over to the audience.
Now it's
How's the
Travis's
audio
turn.
now? We made some adjustments.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I don't know what those adjustments were, but they were made.
I'm the tech pro. What can I say?
A lot of stuff.
How you doing, man?
A2
What
Brandon
are you
says
buying?
better.
What are you buying?
What did he say?
Yay!
Better. The
Hold
audio's
on.
better.
Oh, cool.
Travis, you ready? What are you buying?
Why you
Do I
flashing
have-
Yeah.
everyone?
That's what the dude did. And
You flashed everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. He whipped his coat open like a flasher.
Yeah. He had all the stuff in his pockets, except for when he was in the store. Because he did have a storefront.
You know what he's talking about, right?
This
What
was
do you sell? Your Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4. Come on.
Have you
It's
played it?
Resident
Pretty
Evil
good.
is a series of horror games
Yeah.
by Capcom.
Cinder
Zombies?
Raven says sounds better here. Raven
The Umbrella
Knight says YouTube
Corporation?
audio
Pretty
is
dope.
fine.
You should check it out.
Oh God. Kevin, you missed a golden opportunity there.
Whoa.
I gotta go.
So-
What happened?
No, the thing you always do with David because he doesn't know.
Yeah, let's go.
No. Resident Evil is a horror series.
You were
developed
telling it.
by
I didn't want to
Capcom.
step on your toes. I furthered it. Like zombies, Umbrella Corporation. I was telling you.
Dags.
Dags?
Like
oh.
that.
Oh, I hate the dogs in that game now.
I hate the dogs in this game. They're just as fucking shitty.
You know what's even worse than the dogs though? The crows. Because they were so hard to hit.
You know, I noticed they upped the shit out of the ragdolls in this game.
No,
compared
they've
to
all-
Demon Souls.
Oh, compared to Demon Souls, yeah.
Which
Dark
was the last
Souls
one I
was
played.
Dark Souls 1 was
What?
it was fun because your foot gets caught on an enemy and you can like drag him in circles.
Nice.
It's not related to the game. I saw something that made me mad earlier.
I was thinking Aerosmith. When you said
Okay.
that.
They rebooted Stretch Armstrong.
This is the Firelink Shrine. This is going to be your home base for the.
They rebooted Stretch Armstrong.
Ooh, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna throw this question out to the chat just for discussion
7.
purposes. Whose career would you rather have, Will Smith or Eminem?
I don't think that needs to be.
Well, I mean, Eminem did.
Will
good.
Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith easily.
Not if
In West Philadelphia, he was born and raised.
But on the playground, he spent most of his days.
Yeah. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, cooling, shooting b-ball outside of the school.
We're gonna
When a
get
couple
Team
of
Brandon
guys.
says Will Smith.
Shut up, we're gonna get copyrighted.
We're talking the lyrics.
We're up to no
talking
good.
the lyrics.
I mean,
Started
I
making
feel like
trouble
Will
in the
Smith made more
neighborhood.
money, so.
What is it about? Money?
So,
And he made
Oh,
some
wait.
awesome ass movies.
oh, I need to go
And he
back
made
and
some
get
shitty
that
ones.
Hey, Will
shit.
Smith?
Ah, fuck it.
Do you like Will Smith?
So,
He was in a movie?
okay.
Couple. Wild Wild
Anyway,
West is my favorite.
Let's.
Wow,
Eric's
wow.
trying to talk to the audience.
Oh, no, I'm
Just give him a
done.
second. Okay,
This is
well,
all-
screw that guy then. Let's go back
Should we
to
just go
Will
back
Smith
to just
or
Eric on the
Eminem.
Can we
camera?
go back to me?
Let's go back to
The
just Eric.
Stretch Armstrong thing that made me mad?
No.
Did you see that?
Wait, no, nobody gives a shit
It
about
was in a
Stretch Armstrong.
cartoon, and they have new toys. and He's like a kid.
Alright,
Why are you
so
so upset about this?
Kid, that was my childhood,
We-
and they need to stop doing that. It's stupid.
What did you say?
You're so mad about Stretch Armstrong.
It makes me
I'm not mad about Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Why is this a thing right now?
I was just saying it was unrelated. It's just, I saw it earlier. And
It is unrelated.
Yeah, I said it was unrelated to the game. So calm
Actually,
down.
I would argue
you died
if-
again.
I would argue
I did
if
not.
he
I
didn't-
traveled, you
he-
dum-dum.
Yeah, he traveled.
If
Calm
you're
down.
watching
You
and
died
that's.
again.
He didn't die.
I died once.
I would argue it is related to the theme of the episode because he's angry about it. This game is rage-inducing.
Well, what's funny is
There's some
you,
parallels
you
here.
made me think
Rage-inducing
about it 'cause
to
you
who?
said ragdoll.
I was gonna say, I haven't seen anyone get mad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's why it popped.
I don't
in
get
my
mad at
head.
this game anymore. I learned my lesson.
Why did you learn your lesson?
Because
he
I died a lot.
But what happened?
He
I
died,
died a lot.
That's it?
Yeah.
Why
I
would
mean,
you
that's pretty
still
much
play?
the gist of it, dude.
That's why I don't play.
That's Dark Souls in a nutshell. What's the game about? You die a lot.
On the back,
No.
on the back case of the first game, it said "Prepare to die."
Seriously, no, they made a board
True, it
game.
did.
A big board game.
And when you open the
it up,
box,
the first
literally
page
the
is
first
a,
thing
it's a
you
page
see
that says you
it
died.
just says you died.
It's the
Like, you don't
black
even
screen
see-
that says you died.
You don't see the game board, the pieces, the instruction manual, nothing. It's just a thing that just says you died
Mhm.
as soon as you open the box.
Although the game is supposed to be really dope.
Yeah, I've actually heard a lot of good things.
It's
about it.
expensive.
My roommate has it.
You should
Have you
you
played
should
it?
borrow it.
No, I'm not gonna do either of
What's
those
this
things.
mean?
Whatever.
It's like my coach
Wait,
you keep trying to steal.
Okay, so arguably I
You
get
stole them
why
from
you
Rob.
wouldn't borrow
I
it.
didn't
What am I
steal
gonna-
his
But why would you
coasters.
not
Those are
play
my
Oh, I thought you
coasters.
said
I thought you said
clothes
buy
and
it.
Try to steal.
Well,
I don't know
didn't
why.
steal
What am
his
I gonna
ahead.
do with your clothes?
Calm down, you two.
What?
What?
I asked if you had played it, and then Kevin said you should borrow it, and you said I'm not going to do either of those things.
Well, I fucked up and played a game. Calm down. Oops.
Oh,
Now
He
you're on
just
fire.
shot you right
definitely
in the
fucked
shoulder.
up. You done goofed.
So.
I gotta get used to these controls again.
You keep saying that.
I
Got
do.
an arrow just hanging out of your
So-
back.
I've
You
I
literally
listen to
gave
me.
me a tutorial.
I put in 72 hours in Monster Hunter already.
That's cool.
Yeah, and the controls are kind of the same as this, but not exactly. There's a couple differences.
I put in 3 hours.
That's such a good game.
Violent.
You hot monster.
Okay, so he
I
won't
hate
get mad at
everybody
the
right
game,
now.
but he will get mad at us.
He rage quits me.
Yeah.
I already rage quit you.
What was Wade?
Just be happy you're not a
Kill the
table.
dog.
He would've flipped you.
Wow.
He did what?
You're gonna
I
get
said be
flagged
happy
by
you're not
PETA.
a table. He would've flipped you.
Peter.
He's gonna flip me.
If you were a table. Right over the balcony.
Honestly, if he
Right
hasn't yet,
Thing.
I'm surprised if he ever will.
Something's wrong with that dog.
I think
Like 2 seconds ago, Kevin was literally just yelling, "Kill the dog!"
I was gonna make a really horrible joke, but I'm not gonna do it on the stream.
Yeah, Peter would have put
This
it
is
down.
why we don't have guests on the stream.
Level
Y'all
1
unpredictable.
sucks.
I did make the joke, okay? So everybody said.
A2 Brandon says, I put 27 minutes into Monster Hunter, then fell asleep.
Oh!
I played the
Because
beta and fell asleep.
his tastes are different. That's fine.
The beta is actually apparently significantly different from the final game, and not even just like, oh, of course it's a beta, of course it's different, but like, oh god, there's 2 now.
The game's fun.
Can I get out of this corner, please? Thank
Monster Hunter's a really good game. I have
Is that
nothing
dog
bad to
still
say
there?
about it.
No.
Which, if
Yeah,
you
don't
want
make
to
that
see
joke.
his 72 hours, check out Eric Thursday nights at
I
10.
feel like if I show it to Travis, he's gonna read that loud.
Yeah, he probably
Yeah, I'm not
will.
doing
Like
that.
almost certainly.
I just did a promo. Nobody caught it. It's fine.
I mean,
mean, as
you're
long
not
as they
promoting
caught
to
it.
us, man.
Yeah, but you're supposed
I
to
know when he's supposed to be there.
Ding!
Thank you.
I don't know what I did that for, but
The reason why Brandon put 27 minutes into Monster Hunter because he only played Street Fighter 5.
Oh! And,
You know,
and Tony Hawk.
All
I feel-
Street Fighter all the time.
Which Tony Hawk?
Yes.
Well,
Don't
hold
say
on.
4.
Tony Hawk.
No, he plays the one
Tony
with the-
Hawk
No, he plays
Ride.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he plays the one with the skateboard.
Ride?
The one with the
Yeah.
The
skateboard.
one with the
peripheral.
skateboard.
It's the only one he plays.
Why that one? I heard that one was not so good.
It's
That's
not
the joke.
I'm
serious.
just trying to pray. That's hard.
Nobody plays
Now they're
that.
angry.
I was gonna say.
Even Tony Hawk was like, nobody
Oh,
plays
fuck.
this game,
Oh,
bro.
you made that one really
I
angry.
forgot about him.
Hey, what is that?
An
That is
asshole.
a thing.
It's just angry. That's what that is.
That's a whoa.
Are you,
Okay.
So we're gonna ask him what it is, but nobody's gonna let him answer.
I just said he's an asshole. I don't fucking know what it is.
It's
Wow.
I didn't hear that.
I don't think
his
it announced
name
the name.
is Charles,
Why are you running, bro?
and
Do you see my health
he
and no
has
heal items?
a very in-depth.
Have you ever played this
backstory.
game? You don't sit.
I played the first
don't
one
sit
for
and
an
spin.
hour, and I said no.
A.T. Brandon
His
says
name
no.
is
I
Charles.
played
He has a really
Bloodborne.
in-depth backstory. where his
Bloodborne's
mom was
good.
A snake and his dad was an asshole.
I played Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Brandon, come on.
I just-
Before everybody went
plays
apeshit for a minute there, I
Bloodborne.
was gonna say, I feel like
Bloodborne.
saying Brandon
What
only
action?
plays Street Fighter is supposed to sound like a burn, but like it almost seems kind of true.
What's wrong
No,
with
it's,
Street Fighter?
it's
At
true.
least he plays games though, right?
Oh, you just
I gotta do that once a year.
you eat a pile of zombie dicks, okay?
Ew.
They're all full
At
of.
least you didn't say the regular things you say.
Unlike Okami, this game doesn't need a lot of explanation.
Actually, I'm quite confused.
I don't know why.
Just asking a bunch
I
of
don't know why
questions.
your eyeball.
I
like
tried to
that.
get your attention like 6 different times to tell me what you were doing and what the game was about, and you were like, "It's the art."
You're
I explained it several times. It's not my fault you weren't watching from the beginning when it was explained.
What if somebody else joined at the beginning? Didn't join at
That's
the
what
beginning.
these. I was playing. These
I
guys
mean,
are supposed to explain.
you-
I've
YouTube
never
has a
seen the game
rewind.
before.
You were
YouTube
there
does
when
have
I
a-
explained it. YouTube has a rewind.
Also,
Oh.
like
No, not on Twitch.
That's true. Twitch does not.
The point
you're
is,
right. YouTube does not have a rewind feature.
The
on
point
Twitch.
is, I was busy, and y'all could have explained it because you were there from the beginning.
But beyond that, you don't re-explain the game every time somebody new joins the
It's
channel.
also true.
I asked.
It's not
you
like-
don't explain it, but if
It's
somebody
not
were
an
like, "Hey,
episode
what's this
where
game
you
about?"
Recap every episode.
So let's talk
Anyway.
about Dark Souls 3 here real quick. Do the 3 games tie together?
I have-
Yes and no.
What about Demon Souls? How's that related?
I don't know. I didn't play Demon Souls. Holy shit.
What
balls.
about Bloodborne? Is that
Wait.
related?
Bloodborne's not related.
Wait, you didn't play Demon Souls?
No. I don't
I have
know
a
why you're.
question about this game.
What?
Doesn't mean you played
Question.
What?
So you're walking through ruins, killing all these ghouls and wraiths and shit. But there's brand new chairs all over that fucking courtyard.
it. Well, there's one of the races.
They went to IKEA.
No. One of the races is a carpenter. It is when you're not around, he's just carpentering. Oh,
Muscle
no.
Travis.
No,
Muscle
Jesus was a
memory.
carpenter. That's not insulting at all.
He was also.
Except that we're equating it to the zombies that we're murdering.
He was.
Jesus was the ultimate
No,
zombie.
he was a
you're
lich. He was a
murdering
lich.
Jesus, is what
We've
you're
been
saying.
over this. He was a lich.
They're not plural Jesuses. There can only be one Jesus, and
I didn't say
the rest are
plural.
Jesus, and you
You
know
sound
this.
like Gollum when you did that. Jesus is.
I didn't say
Jesus.
plural. Anyway,
Wow.
Would it be Jesus eyes? Jesus eyes?
Binoculars.
yes, please.
I don't use them. I don't know why I came up
You
here to get
don't
them.
plural an S. It's already plural.
No, you.
Yeah, but then again, you sound like Gollum.
I like the G's eye.
The G's eye, like fungi.
Josiah?
Yeah.
Well, no,
Fungus, fungi?
you only pluralize that way in certain conditions. It
Fungus,
depends on the
fungi.
word. Yeah, it depends on where the word came.
Does that dragon come
I
out?
bet
So
this guy
Eric was
played
right,
Satan to
G-side.
wake him
That's
up.
stupid.
G's
I
eye.
don't think that
Can
one
you,
does.
can you stick a sword
Oh,
in that dragon's butthole?
Okay. You
Like
scared
he's
me.
presenting. What is going on there?
He's presenting himself.
Why would you go there?
I'm because that's
There's
what
a
the
dragon
world's
butt. Let
doing.
me stick a sword in it.
Listen, if a dragon that size is gonna give me the opportunity to kill him without getting in
He
front
was
of his face,
dead.
I'm gonna take that
He
opportunity.
was crashed into the wall.
That doesn't mean he's dead. He might have
kneeling.
crashed
He was
there
napping?
and took a nap.
He was just
He
taking an
crashed
epic
into the
nap.
wall. He was like kneeling with his head hanging
he
over
was-
the edge.
No, that was in Demon Souls, so I can't
Crashed
even
into
ask
the
Eric
carpet.
about it.
Shut up, Sarah.
So the games are loosely
Suck it.
tied together.
No.
You're not the same character.
No, not in any of them.
She put
Okay,
me
how are
off.
they tied together then?
Y'all
Is
can't
it
They're
see
the-
it. She's
is
flipping
it the
me
same
off.
world,
Double deuce.
land?
Yeah,
doing it
not the
twice.
same land,
I'm
same
going
world,
home.
same kind of same story. Just
Why are there three of them then? Just because they want to make money, or?
Yeah, it's a money grab.
no. I
I'm asking
dude,
you a
No,
question.
I didn't.
The narrative changes.
The regular?
Yeah,
Narrative.
I didn't play the second
He was
one
making
either.
a joke out of it, Rob.
Just so we're clear.
I do.
No, we're trying to have
Zelda's
a
a money
serious.
grab.
We're trying to have a serious moment right now.
Since when?
Oh, Jesus.
When Travis asked
Oh,
Eric a
go back
serious
to
question.
Jesus. What are you doing?
It's all death and
It's all
death.
about
Moving forward
Jesus.
from here. Anyway,
Did you just? Okay. So let's be. Okay.
Spokane?
no, legit though, I thought you had played Demon Souls because I thought you borrowed it from me when you had your PS3 for a little while.
Nope.
Because it's the only one I have.
Yep.
So
Might still be the only one I have.
Yes.
Eric and I were talking
Oh.
before the stream, before you guys got here, and we thought of a good topic to kind of relate to this game. So the relevance of this pick this week, I don't know if it's coincidental or not,
Mhm.
but Dark Souls is getting remastered, the first one.
Mhm.
There's trilogy going to be available, I believe, in Japan.
Oh
Trilogy's
yeah,
getting
there's a lot of
remastered.
speculation.
Yeah, and the
that,
Dark Souls 1 is remastered in March.
Yes,
that we
very
might get
soon.
a trilogy at some point.
So the original one remastered for the current consoles and Switch.
That was
I
the
guess that's the
weirdest
current
story.
console as well. But the topic that we kind of intertwined with a remaster is it's 2018. We were talking about his Airplane PS4 here,
Mhm.
and that it is 5 years old this year. 5. An average console life cycle is 4 to 6 years. We're in the end. Yes.
New.
Yes.
New.
Look,
Sony has had a 10-year lifespan for all 3 systems prior to this one.
that is not
Fucking
true at
Sony.
all.
Yeah, it is. They
Yeah,
discontinued support for the previous ones.
I'm not
after the
talking
new
about
ones came
full
out.
lifespan of the system. I'm talking about cycle between consoles. I'm talking about
Mm.
generational.
Well, generational life cycle versus a console's life cycle is not the same conversation.
Okay, generational. Let me
Okay.
be clearer.
Okay,
here.
no, that's fair.
Let me be
that's,
clear.
Well, it's an important distinction, and that's
No, I
fair.
agree.
That's fair.
Oh, that
So-
dragon's not asleep.
See,
It's not the same dragon.
you don't
So
know
the
that.
generational
Yeah.
cycle is 4 to 6 years, right?
You're right in the pocket there. Yeah.
You died.
Thank
We're
you.
talking about these remasters.
Big words are gonna tell me.
And we're at the
I don't need you
end
to. I'm
of
gonna
the
die a lot.
generational
I'm level
cycle.
1. You don't have to tell me
Are you-
every 5 seconds.
Let him do that, and
So-
you do this.
With that being said, I don't know if it was me being early to mid 20s for the PS3 360 era, because when that came out, I was about 21. So it was I was the prime age to be able to have live, my own internet, my own place to play for the first time, and it was the big console to have this depth of service, right? It's when everyone became trendy on your Call of Duties, your Halos, and all that stuff. It became mainstream for the true first time. Gaming wasn't mainstream at that level until the 360 PS3 era. This could be a different debate, but that's not what we're debating here.
That's why I didn't say anything.
So,
You just made a whimper.
we are now towards the end of this life cycle. I felt there was more impact as far as games and creativeness and new IPs during the PS3 and 360 era than there have been on the PS4, Xbox One era. And here we are at the end of it. We're probably going to get an announcement this June, possibly, for a prototype for the next system. I'm not talking about release dates, because that'll probably be 2020.
Talking about E3.
E3, yes, thank you. So,
Where we'll get our project names. and
project
shit.
names.
Project
Next
Dolphin.
2019 we'll get release dates, probably going into 2020 for
You're just talking about Microsoft and Sony, right? They're not going to announce anything.
No
with
new-
the-
new Nintendo,
The
no.
Switch just came out.
Nintendo will do iterations with the Switch, just like they
Yeah,
did
like
with the 3DS.
the Switch Slim somehow.
Right.
Even though things are tiny.
But so here we are, this console
God
life
damn it.
cycle. We're getting yet another remastered game. At the
I think
beginning,
that's something we're gonna want to stick on too. Was that
At the be-
phrasing?
right at the beginning of this life cycle, it was kind of exciting because we're getting true high def games, some stuff that play better, fixes to things that were broken potentially in last generation or the generation prior, PS2, PS3.
No, I remember when PS3 and 360 first started touting, oh, this game supports 1080p.
Right.
And that was a big deal. And now all of these were, like, that's the standard. If it
That's the
didn't do
standard.
1080p, why would you even bother?
So it's become one of those things where it was small excitement for small pockets because certain games, certain fans of those games, they were getting a remaster of that game. Very exciting. Then it became a trend.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
And
this
not
game's
even
getting
just-
remastered, this game's released. And now we're at the end where it's like some of the games that were beloved, Dark Souls 1 being a big, a game for a lot of people that they love to see. Because honestly, playing that game now on the 360 or PS3, the graphics are slightly rough. It'd be like going back to Dragon Age Origins. Very rough visuals. They would really benefit from better visuals and better gameplay mechanics.
Where the fuck did that
But
guy
the
come
question
from?
is, we got a lot of remasters during this life cycle that we didn't potentially need or didn't know we wanted. But a lot of people, including myself, bought them anyways.
There it is.
The Arkham Collection. It got improved gameplay mechanics and it looked a lot better, but did we need or ask for that remaster? Same with BioShock. Did we need really that bundle? The other one we didn't get that I know a lot of people have been kind of clamoring for would be the Dead Space trilogy. That would have been awesome to have, but again, do we need it? Or should have we just gotten another game in the franchise because we haven't had one this whole generation?
Now,
It's not even in the same area.
that brings up a separate conversation.
Right, these are all kind of, different branches
Stacked in
of...
there,
Speaking of
they're,
remasters.
interconnected.
The Secret of Mana.
That came out today, another, remaster.
15.
But that's a remaster from the Super
And it was
Nintendo.
neat.
Yeah,
It was neat.
Right,
That-
that's a very different.
that's a different type of thing. That's almost not a
No,
reimagining, but a...
did they ever officially announce it? There was a strong rumor that with Red Dead coming out, that they were going to remaster Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Redemption.
I don't see that happening. They make too much money on the marketplace.
Oh.
They're backwards compatible.
I mean,
I think that's why a lot
I died
of
on purpose
hesitation
there,
was
just
to
so everybody
bring some of
knows.
these games back. So I guess
so you could actually get back to your stuff easier.
this is where I propose
I picked
a
up all the
question.
items I wanted up there. I have the items now.
Well, I know, but you
Don't you lose
said
them
you
when you
died
die?
there.
No.
No. Well, yes, but no.
No, you don't at all. The only thing
you
you
don't have
lose.
them on you now.
Yes, I do.
Well, then what? Is it just the souls?
It's only the souls that you lose.
Hmm.
See,
All right.
I picked. Oh, well,
So this is where I propose the question to
Claymore.
the viewers. Whether you're watching this live right now, please chat, or watching later on whatever source you're watching this on, leave a comment. But what are your true thoughts on this generation of not only the console, but the games featured on it? Will this be a generation remembered for kind of taking it to that next step, or kind of cleaning things up and making improvements?
well, some of the IPs I personally think really took it to the next step. The Last of Us, that came out this generation.
No, we did not. It's
No.
PS3.
Last of Us was PS3.
Oh,
It
no,
was a
I'm thinking of
remaster.
remaster. Ah.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of
Never
these
mind.
games that had impact were
See, that's what I
remasters.
missed on the. That's why I thought it because I missed it on the PS3.
And we had stuff to kick off the cycle. Infamous.
Second
Ama-
Son.
Son was so
Amazing. a really good example of the hardware potential. But then we haven't seen anything since from them.
PlayStation Plus games this month. Did you see them? Knack.
Oh,
Their launch title.
crap game.
You didn't like it?
Crap game.
I'm playing it for the first time and I'm actually enjoying it.
Crap game.
Yeah, but
It's a tech demo.
I like it.
Brandon
Well, hold
would
on.
like to know if you mean by reimagining something like The Wiz.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what you mean.
That's a different topic. I'm not going to dive into that one.
I don't know that you could really call Knack a tech demo so much as it was just
It's
an
a
early
full
title.
game. It's a full game.
And the reason I argue that is because it actually eschews the use of most of the gimmicky shit.
Did you actually play it?
I did.
You didn't like it?
Like,
Brandon
that's-
says Knack
I was
2,
working
baby.
at a gaming retailer.
See, I've literally been
When-
playing because it was free. And I just
No,
figured,
I'm
why
not. I'm not.
enjoying it.
That's fine. You can.
But I get what you're
I'm
saying.
not. My opinion is my opinion. You don't have to take it to
No,
heart.
I get what you're saying though, because like I'm noticing like they overuse like the remote.
You don't have to take my thought to heart.
No, I'm just saying.
You're so
Did you see that?
They overuse like the.
I landed
sound
underneath the
of
body.
controller a lot.
Well, yeah.
That was
Like,
That was big with the
I
launch.
kind of get what you mean by gimmicky because there's a lot of like artifacts on the screen moving around and stuff like that. But it's cool.
Visually, I'll give the game some credit. But again, there's. I'm not reviewing the game. So
The
I'm
other
gonna.
game
I'm
is-
gonna.
The other game is Rhyme,
Which is a new one.
I beat in like 2 sittings and it was amazing.
Rhyme's newer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came out recently. It was
that was
That's
just
multiplayer.
relevant. To
yeah,
the-
just
it
relevant
came
to
out.
like new
Yeah.
IPs, that
Anyway,
kind of stuff.
so here's what I'll say. I feel like if we're talking strictly about hardware, then I do actually kind of feel like this generation
Why are you
took us
naked?
to a new
To
place.
roll faster.
Ah,
What do you mean?
It
As
uses
far as
less.
power?
It uses less stamina too, doesn't it? Or no?
Well, you don't have all the
No,
armor
you
holding
just.
you down.
It's just the weight.
It's just the speed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run away! Oh, arrows
Sure,
are
the
working.
butthole.
professional, just
So-
naked.
I feel like the consoles themselves.
Did you actually lose him there
if
for a
we
minute?
if we talk about improvement in the hardware,
What?
He came running out.
Hold on,
He
guys.
didn't seem like he saw it.
Like-
We got a thought going. Hold on.
Sorry, I was just
Hold on.
interacting with the guy playing the game. Okay.
which is why I paused.
But I died, so it's
If
okay.
we look at the progress the consoles themselves have made in terms of polish from launch to now, I feel like there was more done literally in terms of that polish than there was in the previous generation. Not even just necessarily in terms of power, but in terms of the actual hardware. If absolutely nothing else, let's compare the failure rates of the Xbox 360,
Oh,
any
yeah,
version,
jeez.
to any console of this generation. And that alone, I think, speaks volumes about the improvement
I mean,
we've made.
It was pretty bad on the PS3 too, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't
I
nearly.
thought it was
No.
in the
It was
beginning.
less than
Absolutely
10% on the PS3.
Overall, yeah. Well,
It was-
in
it was
the
54
well, hold
or
on. In
something.
the
Maybe I'm
beginning
thinking
with the
of
launch,
PS2.
with the two,
Even
well,
that
the,
wasn't bad.
the PS2 had a pretty bad failure rate for the
the
disk
drive.
drives.
The disc drives, yeah.
And
That's
the
what I was talking
PS3,
about.
the
Yeah.
PS3, the two launch models had a substantially higher than expected failure rate of the Blu-ray drive within the first year and a half.
Because we were
of the
working at GameStop
PS3.
at the time, and I remember
We were working
there
at
was, like,
unnamed retailer.
Oh,
Gamer 2.
Jeez, Kev.
So anyway, yes, the point is, there was a pretty significant amount of the launch models that had that problem. So over the lifespan of the console, no. Over the opening bits of the generation, the PlayStation 3 actually had a worse failure rate at the outset than the Xbox did. But when the Xbox's failure rate started going, it was astronomical immediately.
Yeah, those
And
were
it
way
stayed
more
that way the
crazy.
entire rest of the generation.
Well, it stayed that way until they released the Elite models.
Yeah,
for
the slim.
The slim.
Well, no. It slowed down once the Elite, the Slim
Right.
and the E came
Very,
out.
very
It slowed
The
down.
E actually was, the E was actually the lowest failure rate one. Most E's actually get survived, but even in the S version, the Slims, I'm sorry, no, you can't call it the Slim. Microsoft made a point of that. It's the S,
Well,
not the
yeah.
Slim.
What was the thing where like you want to get rid of the red light, just remove the red light from the system?
Yeah.
There were a lot of fixes too, a lot of workarounds. Installing the discs helped a lot of it.
There was like
Yeah.
the whole thing about like if it happened, the red ring, people would like cover it with a blanket and
Oh, the
dry
towels,
it to
yeah.
try
I
to
actually
get it
did
to-
do that a couple of times with
Did it
my
work?
first Elite. Yeah.
I had to
And for
spin
long-
start my disc. I took it all apart, had the motherboard exposed, the disc drive open. I had to spin start it.
Yeah, no, the
It's like one of those old timey cars where you had to get the crank going.
the first
You had to
Xbox
crank it
360
out.
Pop the clutch.
The
Pop
first
the
Xbox
clutch.
360 that I personally owned, that didn't belong to a roommate or a significant other or anything like that, was the Elite, the black, the first black regular 360 that came with the Kinect, and it was the first 250 gig bundle. That was the first one I had, and it did eventually red ring on me, and I did the blanket trick on it, and it prolonged the life of the console for probably another 6-8 months.
How many Xboxes do you
So
have?
how much does leveling up help?
By the way, I missed it earlier.
What did you
but
say, Kevin?
How much does leveling up help?
I don't say it louder. I don't.
How
Think.
much does leveling up help?
It helps out a lot actually, and I'll kind of show you actually what you can do.
Do we,
I saw the
do we want to
comment.
go to the thing we missed in the chat?
I saw the
real quick,
comment
and then come back to
just
that?
now.
What was the comment?
What was it?
She's not reading it.
I'm not going to read Trevor's most recent comment. David earlier agrees with us. Fuck the dogs in Dark Souls. They are the worst ever. I
So
missed that earlier. Sorry,
What
David.
did Trevor say?
Trevor said something
Oh, I
awful.
looked at my computer when I said
On which platform?
what do you say?
Unnamed retailer, but if you buy a game from them, you should stop.
Oh.
Oh,
Nice. Well played, sir.
So leveling-
Eric and the leveling up.
leveling up is essentially all the attributes help out specific weapons, I guess. Like if you want to use like a bigger weapon,
Broadhand,
like a two-handed sword or a claymore, you want to up your strength, obviously.
Oh sure, yeah. Like
If you wanna use-
dex
Standard
weapons
RPG
or-
fares.
Yeah, and you up the dexterity if you want to use like a
different games.
faster
That's just
weapon.
What the leveling is like in this. That's all.
if you want to use like a faster weapon like two-handed swords, you do your dexterity. Katana is a dexterity weapon,
Oh, so it's actually
faster.
like you put your points in.
Yeah. So
does
every-
this
Because she
game
just said
include-
level up, and it just looked like it did it automatically.
Well, I was going to explain, but you guys were mid-conversation.
Sorry.
I've seen this game speedrun, obviously, but is it necessary to grind in this game then?
Necessary if you are good enough? No. If you know,
There's too many
like
ravens in this chat.
if you are
Usually.
doing a speed run, you have put countless hours into the game to know when to do this, what items to grab that'll help you, and I'm talking to just you.
Just as well.
Yeah, because everybody else is paying attention to other things. I'm explaining the game, and then everybody else is looking over there. So I mean, it's really what you want to do yourself, you know.
Well, I've played a lot of RPGs, so I'm just curious how this differs. So.
It's kind of the same. It's just more difficult.
I mean, the layout here looks pretty straightforward. It doesn't look
Yeah.
overcomplicating. Because that's one of the biggest off-putting things for me when I start a new RPG, especially with a franchise I've never played before, is trying to figure out the menu system, because a lot of them are
Honestly, this
very tutorial
if you
heavy.
just sit and look at this, it looks scary,
to me it doesn't.
but it looks scary
Yeah,
at
I
first
was
because
just
you're like, what is
honestly-
all this fucking
Well,
information?
there's a lot of stuff.
But I
was
mean,
just
if
honestly-
you've never played an RPG, sure.
Yeah.
If you're fluent in that world,
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
don't
just
know if it'd be
saying,
as
first
intimidating.
time opening this menu, you're like, oh shit,
So
what
his
is all
luck
this?
just drops.
I think
You know, I don't really know much about luck, to be honest. There's
well, luck probably has
intelligence.
to do with strikes too.
Like crits.
Crit.
in-
Yeah.
Intelligence
That's Final Fantasy
is intelligence goes towards kind of like your
Casting.
Spells.
Man,
spells,
that's what it usually is, yeah.
and then faith. There's these things called tomes, like that'll allow you to use different. There's miracles, and then there's spells.
Miracles?
Miracles are like heal or buffs.
Reses?
Do you go
No.
up by one in these attributes?
Yes.
You get, like,
So,
points.
So if
do
you look-
do every time you level up, do you go faith plus one?
Jeez.
That was a long way for that joke.
Nice.
That's a
Fucking
good
pull
one.
that one
That
out.
was
Yeah.
good. That was good. I did not see that coming.
They never
They
do.
never do.
Oh,
That's a good
But
one.
they're like endurance and vitality
I hate you
is.
a little. Just
Then finish. You never let him finish.
sorry, go ahead.
You don't. You're an interrupter.
Sorry.
Should I even be here?
You're just like that all the time. You know.
Should I
You
be
do it
here?
To me. Go
All
ahead.
right, come on.
Next week on Weekly Dosage
It's
Kevin.
a steel cage match.
versus Kevin.
What?
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 How much sugar did you guys give them?
Anyway,
Andrew, you come back.
She ain't watching.
anyway, you see where it says level souls, required souls.
Mhm.
It's kind of self-explanatory. That's how many souls you have. Total on the left-hand side that you use to level up. Right side is how many you have currently, and then required souls is how much it takes to level up.
Do you
Why
get a soul per kill?
No.
That's what I was
They
gonna ask.
vary.
Well,
Yes.
I was raising my hand because I didn't
Big-
want
I
to
thought you were like
Bigger enemies, more
No, I was,
souls.
I was raising my
kinda
hand. I
thing.
don't want you to yell at me again.
It depends on the type of enemy. Some
Now,
give you more souls.
Isn't
Some
there an
give
online aspect to this where you have other people like?
I
come
feel like
in
you're
and-
doing like an interview style right now,
This
and I
is what
don't
you
like
did to me
it.
last
What do you
week.
do, Akami?
And I hated it.
And I don't like it at all.
I hated it.
So tell me, is there an online aspect to this
yeah. Like
game?
he was asking me about aspect ratios and like all this stuff, and I'm like,
Motherfucker, I'm trying to create conversation.
it's been 10 years.
That's not how you talk
Conversation.
normally.
This is how I talk on the weekly dosage. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, but you were like interviewing me, and I'm like, dude, I just the
I
wolf
just-
is cool, and I like it.
It's
So let me say
pretty.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a fox.
No, it wasn't.
Listen, here's how you can say it. I'm gonna be.
Bruh. Is there like an online? Bruh.
Yeah, people can invade your games, and they can leave you fake messages.
No.
Like, seriously, they can leave you false
We're
messages,
offline
right?
now.
You did nothing.
Oh, he didn't do anything.
We're offline now.
Why are we offline?
Where are we offline?
You're not offline. Unless I missed something.
Where were we?
No. Wait, what?
Eric, can't people leave like false messages? Those blood things from the beginning.
They're
Well,
just
not
messages.
false. You
Were we
can
really offline?
I know.
Oh,
Well, they can
what does
divide
that say?
That's
Yes.
to go offline though. If you
Oh, I
push
didn't
it.
hit.
But there's
I
no
thought
way
it
to
was in the
know.
camera one.
There's no way to know if they're telling the truth.
Don't.
Until it
Why
happens.
is it not working?
Because I didn't
Yeah,
type
like
it out.
completely safe
Oh.
hallway. You walk through and spikes get you.
Stop hitting camera button.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So no, you don't get
real
one
quick
soul.
from the chat,
Does it give you an indicator?
Raven Nobody asked
In the bottom
if
right.
he didn't go to said retailer
Oh, it
or
does.
unsaid retailer.
Oh, is that souls down
how
there?
would he
Yeah.
get the
Oh, no.
physical version?
It tells
of
you
Secret
plus
Mana?
whatever.
Comments.
Anybody?
Watch.
Viewers.
What?
Pay attention to our viewers.
Plus
That's why we're
30.
here.
Where'd you get the physical version?
He was asking me a question. I was
Chat goes first, bro.
no.
Bro.
It's, what? Why?
Because that's why we do this.
No.
You are
first.
viewers, man.
Why would you get the physical version?
Our one viewer
I don't know why you would get the physical edition either.
Of what?
I don't know.
What was the question?
Well, the physical edition comes up.
I don't
first.
think it was a real question.
Digital's not.
I'm pretty sure it was a joke.
What was
If
it?
he doesn't
what are you
go
talking
to
about?
the
Superman?
unnamed
I have it at home. On
retailer, how
I
would
do.
he get
I was playing it earlier.
the physical version of
Snap
Secret Mana?
Amazon.
Because you're frustrated.
There's other stores.
I was literally
Hashtag
playing it
not
earlier
spawn.
today.
Raven Knight says he would never say something horrible.
Oh, right in the kidney. Jeez. He didn't need that.
Raven
Actually,
Nobody then says, I'm pretty sure Kevin v. Kevin would end like Scott v. Nega Scott.
They
What?
just be BFFs?
Raven Nobody? What the hell is that? Oops.
It's a viewer. Don't
Yeah,
talk
it's
shit
not
about
being
viewers'
rude.
names.
No,
Wow.
did somebody make a new name, or was that like just?
No, it's another viewer.
I think it's a new
Oh.
person. Welcome to the stream.
Because
yeah.
there's so many ravens. That's
No.
why I thought
There's
she
three
was.
of
Well, and that's
There's
what
three
that's why we.
ravens.
I didn't hear you, 'cause
Well,
I
you
was
know
trying
what?
to
If you
explain
keep
the game.
talking like that, they'll be gone. There'll be
You
never
can-
more.
You can level again.
Sam says, Trev and Kevin heart. Sam?
Trev and Kev? Who's Trev?
Trev and Kevin
My
heart.
brother. Come on. Man.
It's your brother?
No, Trev is not
Shit.
Sam.
Not Sam.
Sam's your brother?
No, the
What?
one-
From Lord of the Rings?
Raven Knight,
No, the brother of Dean.
What?
What?
yeah. Supernatural?
I don't know things.
Travis is about to cry over here. He doesn't know
I-
what's going on. He's like,
I don't know anything. So, hi Sam.
I know. I wasn't expecting it.
You wound me, Kevin.
Oh.
You wound me.
Oh, wow.
You hurt
What did I
Sam's
do?
feelings.
I didn't expect you to be
Shit.
watching is all, and I didn't know Sam. I was like, Sam, what?
It's okay, Sam. We care.
Yeah.
Every kiss begins with K.
Every relationship ends with K.
Oh.
That's just true.
Aw. Raven Knight says that's what Kevin does.
That's what Snoop does.
Wound people? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the one with a stabby collection that stabbed me in the foot.
So,
Stabby
I'll
to,
let you
collection.
shit
to
everyone on my
conclude,
phone.
I guess that conversation on the console
Conclude?
generation.
I barely got started.
Okay,
Are you
let's
kidding
hear
me?
what you got to
Oh,
say
God,
then,
let's
since
go
I'm
more.
interviewing everybody, Eric.
So
I
what's
didn't
going on
Where's
in
your
the game
microphone?
now, Eric?
You gotta have like a
No,
news
we were
microphone.
Nothing's
having
going
a
on.
discussion about
logo.
It's gonna rain.
console improvement.
It's gonna rain. Alright, calm
so-
down, Ollie.
Here's the thing. that actually irked me about this generation was how many frickin' remasters we got.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like,
Too many?
How many
Way
times
too
did they
many.
remaster Skyrim?
Although I'm glad they remastered. I'm glad they remastered the Uncharted
Just
collection because I didn't get to
Skyrim.
play them.
Well, so
I missed them.
here's where it reached its zenith for me, and the one that
Zenith.
actually
That's an 80s reference.
zenith, and the one that irritated me the most was Shadow of the Colossus.
Which
That's
one?
his-
Because
that's
they
his-
did that like 7
No,
times.
the one that just came out.
No, I
I was gonna say that's yet another remaster
And that's
of a
that's-
remaster.
Well, and that's where I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
It's
right
like
now?
Skyrim. There's like how many versions of Skyrim?
She
now?
made that joke already. Peggy.
A2 Brandon says they need to remaster Darkwing Duck
Yes,
for the NES.
yes, they do.
Wait,
Put it on-
didn't they
put
do
it
the
on a,
Saturday
um,
morning cartoon collection? Was that in there or not in that one?
I don't think it was remastered though, even whether it was in there. Or
I
not.
thought it was cleaned up though.
So anyway, Shadow of the Colossus is the one that killed the whole thing for me because A, it is seriously like the 4th version of the game they've done, and more importantly, every commercial and review for it has basically said the same thing: the most breathtaking, amazing, perfect game of this generation. And I'm like, it's not of this generation. Okay,
Okay,
I get everybody wants to nerd out and fanboy about the game. I understand it's good. I understand it won awards. I understand it's basically a perfect 10. But for shit's sake, okay,
It's been
not
done.
new. We've been there.
Are you,
we
like-
did that.
Is that soot on your face?
And
Yeah,
what,
That's
there's
weird.
fire.
and what ultimately, it looks like war paint. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that
that's-
is-
I
that
was-
will
I
look
What
good.
wasn't sure if he
ultimately
did it
kills
for
me
himself.
about it, though, is that they did it almost entirely, from what I can tell, because of the flop that Last Guardian was. Last
Yeah.
Guardian was in development for
Oh,
literally like
10
8
years.
years.
It was
at
the
least.
it was
It was
Duke Nukem
per-
Zero of this generation.
It was
Duke Nukem
premiered at the
Forever.
E3
Yeah.
at 2006, I believe.
Was Zero the one before it? Was Zero the
Or
one
teased.
There's nothing.
Teased, I
I'm
think
thinking
it was.
of what's that
Ah,
shitty game that was on 360?
Jesus.
The
Perfect
Golden
Dark.
Eye. Perfect.
Yeah,
Dark.
Perfect Dark Zero.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Joanna Dark.
So Last Guardian was supposed to be the next Shadow of the Colossus with the same
And
developer.
apparently it
It
wasn't.
had the same like general feeling of aesthetics and gameplay, and it just got mired in development hell for a decade. And I say that not necessarily because it was like plagued with issues the way most games in that are that camp are,
God,
like Duke
this fucking
Nukem.
guy sucks when you're level 1 so bad.
But I say that because ultimately
He's having a hard time.
So this guy sucks when you're level 1.
Okay, that's what you hear. I thought you leveled up once already.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think you start at level 10.
Anyway, when you're level, I just started.
When you're
is
low
the
level,
point.
yes.
Wait,
And
why would
so
you start at 10?
That's
what you start at.
Yeah, you start at level 10. Focus on the conversation. He
Yeah,
answered
I
that
got you.
already.
Okay.
And that's another thing that actually kind of irks me.
Yeah, I thought that
About-
wasn't bad. As bad as everyone else.
What, Last Guardian?
I talked to a
I mean,
couple
it
people
got-
that played it.
It got crapped on really
I
hard.
think Alex said he liked it.
And
didn't
it
he?
was a
Yeah.
massive failure for the studio, and I feel like it's a huge reason why we got another Shadow of the Colossus, because they knew,
They'd
just
make
like
money
all the
off of it.
fanboys who are clamoring for the Final Fantasy VII remake,
Ugh.
if you make it, it will sell. And the failure of the
Easy.
Last Guardian is another thing that really hurt my feelings about this generation, is that we get a lot of stuff. Hey guys, we're gonna make this game, and in 8 years you'll finally get to play Spider-Man for the PS4. Because the minute they start working on something, it becomes this, we gotta get the word out now to gauge interest.
Yeah, that
Because if
needs
we
to
put the word out and nobody
stop.
cares, well then we'll dump development. We'll move the resources to something else. But the problem is that then we as consumers are like, yeah, I want to play Spider-Man on PS4. The game looks sweet as hell.
And then it's coming soon.
And it's been what, literally 3 years, 4 years, 3 years at
I
least.
think 3 years.
This will be at least the third year since they
Oh,
announced
you-
Spider-Man
yeah,
on
this will be
PS4.
Since the
where it's
announcement
not
of
out
development.
yet. Yeah,
But
it-
yeah.
Because the
And
first
we've had-
E3, it was just like the logo.
Up until
Yeah.
late
Then we
last year,
got
we had
trailer and then
one
trailer.
freaking trailer that just everywhere. Are you
Yeah.
raising your hand? Is there something from the chat? What's up?
Just a few things from the chat, but you were on a roll, so I don't want to interrupt.
All right.
So
You
Raven
can
Nobody piped up again with how many versions of Skyrim are out there, which I believe is like 6 or 7 at
Well,
this point.
it depends on whether you
Well,
count a new
there's-
console as another version.
Oh,
you know,
so
there's
it's
the
45
original
games.
release, and then
And
there's
there's
like
the-
a re-release and the game of the year and the
I don't call that another version though. It's just a repackage.
Anyway, he says, or The Godfather. Raven Knight,
Not the game.
the game. Raven Knight says, Secret of Mana remake is great. I put 2 hours into it right away. Would have been more, but I haven't been home.
Yeah.
He then says, Final Fantasy VII is greater than 6, Rob.
Oh, yes.
Raven
hope you're
Knight,
outside
buddy
when I
is
get
excited
home.
to play Secret of Mana.
So I want to bring up something before I forget it real quick
What?
regarding this exact thing. With 2 years, 3 years go by, just an initial trailer, just like the interest. For me, the perfect thing that can be done to keep that hype train rolling and keep consumers interested is a shorter window, and the game that did it perfectly, Fallout 4. They were like, boom, June, we announce it, comes out November.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing about that, though. Let me say, I agree. You need a tighter window between announcement and release, or we lose interest. That's exactly what I was
They
saying.
don't announce it, and then 3 years later, we still have nothing.
I mean,
Eric,
arguably, it's
you
not
have
going
to
to
kill the
hurt.
dragon.
I don't remember if you killed that. Not now, no.
He's a god.
I don't
remember
think
if
Go
that
ahead.
one is. I just don't remember if that one is.
I just figured I'd interact with it, but I'm not trying to stop
Yeah.
you.
So I don't think it's really going to hurt our excitement for Spider-Man because the game does look sweet, and
does.
anything Marvel is sort of a big hot deal right now anyway. So Spider-Man's gonna kind of get a buy on the subject, but
Can you
The
not
Last
go
Guardian I
Spider-Verse?
think is a perfect example of the
What?
other end of that
Can you
spectrum.
not go Spider-Verse? You have enough to love it, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna, go back when I can just get one.
I didn't realize it was
I'm not gonna-
that far.
Well,
You can only level at the campfires, right?
No, you have to.
no, I have to go all
Oh,
the
you
way
have to go
back
back to the
Firelink Shrine.
Oh, okay.
I just didn't know how far it was, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I know-
Didn't
I
want to
know
do that,
nothing
but
about
that's
this game.
okay.
Like, I
Oh
never got
god
past
damn
first
it!
boss, so
This
it's
is
all
kinda
there.
hard.
Hey, see, you could have
He's-
gone back up the ladder.
Oh, he's got a crazy reach.
I want to go past him.
He's like, I don't want to fight him.
Dish, and I'm out.
Can you leave guys behind like that? You don't
Yeah.
have to, like,
Yeah, but some of them will
I mean,
chase
they-
you.
I seen a
some of them
speedrunner
are
beat this
quality.
game today in an hour and 7 minutes.
jeez.
Yeah, Savvy TV shoutouts.
Watch our show.
Oh, he followed you.
Oh, wow.
Raven
hit.
Nobody in regards to
We didn't need
time
that kid.
between announcement and actual release of a game says, I don't know, the hype was real for StarCraft 2 and they advertised that shit for 10 years before they released it.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I was going to say. Where Fallout 4 was a safe bet, as was StarCraft on each end of the spectrum. Fallout 4, it didn't matter when they announced it because everybody had already long since expressed, we want more Fallout. New Vegas and 3 were so good. We
Yes,
want 4. Give us
yeah,
4. And
established
so it was
IP.
it was a no-brainer for Bethesda to turn around and do that. And it's the same thing with StarCraft 2. It didn't matter that it was a 10-year gap between when it was announced, which I don't think is accurate. I think it was rumored, and Blizzard just didn't deny it forever.
You know who's really good?
Well, it's the
about-
same thing with GTA. I mean, it's been 6 years.
Since 5, and we're not even going to get another one for a hot minute.
Another
because
5
RDR is
years
going to take
eventually.
it.
Yeah.
Eight. Sorry.
They're a 2 IP developer now.
Yeah.
A2 Brandon says, I want less Fallout, like 4 or 5 less, but more Chrono Trigger.
Whoa!
Yes. See,
Whoa.
and this brings me to the other
Did you say
thing.
Chrono Trigger?
Yeah. This brings me to the other thing we were talking about in terms of is it necessary or not? Shadow of the Colossus? No, it's fucking not because we've done
It's
that.
been
We've
done.
retread that ground 4 or 5 times now. Final Fantasy
Thank you.
VII?
Thank God.
Arguable. I don't like the game, but that's my opinion.
Final Fantasy
There's-
8, best Final Fantasy.
Well, no, what are you talking
It's up
about?
there.
7, the remaster of it?
Yeah.
That's
Whether or
not
not
even
it
going to be the same game, though. That they're just
Ye-
capitalizing on.
The whole episodic
Yeah, it's gonna be like
content.
characters,
it's gonna be like real time.
Well,
action
and so my
because
point
of
there
turn-based.
is that again, it's a matter of how far back we're going. Is the point I'm trying to make? Shadow of the Colossus.
Rob is angry. He's
What?
so
Well-
seething he can't find the words.
I agree. It's an unnecessary
Shadow of the
remaster.
Colossus was unnecessary, partially because we've done it so many times. But the reason I would give Final
Oh.
Fantasy a pass is because it's further back, and it's
Just ask you a
exactly
question.
why Secret of Mana absolutely is one that I would say, yeah, we needed.
How many
that.
times are you gonna swing, you fuck baby?
Because it,
Oh, fuck,
it's
man.
a lot. Wow, you napalm him in the face.
Did you just
I would
name
argue
my
that.
little brother?
Oh,
Yeah, I would argue Secret of Mana was
Molotov, yeah.
necessary
It's called a
Because-
firebomb, as it says at the corner.
No. In Supernatural, when
Oh.
Cass hits Michael and he's like, Lucifer's like, did you just Molotov my little brother? And Cass is like, no. And he blows him up.
So, Secret of Mana was a yes for me because it
That's
was
what
so
he does.
much farther back. And it's something that was a
Can't do
phenomenal game that I think does stand the test of time. But gamers now wouldn't really play it because it's so far removed. Like, I actively have met people who would not play a 16-bit game
It's
because
you
the
know.
graphics are not
Your
this
son was
good.
like that. for the longest time.
I
And so that's why I got hyped when Brandon said Chrono Trigger, because you're goddamn right I want a Chrono Trigger remaster. I'm not really worried about whether or not they do Chrono
why
Cross.
wasn't that on the
but I want Chrono
SNES
Trigger.
Classic?
Because Squaresoft's a bunch of dicks.
Yeah.
I guarantee
Whoa.
you
They
that's
put
what
Final
it is.
Fantasy on
Whoa.
there.
Are we supposed to put opinions on like that? Just
And
Put
Secret
them
of
on
Mana
blast.
was.
It's an opinion show.
Secret of Mana was on there.
you know what's
Raven,
you know,
nobody says there was more Chrono Trigger and there was tons of hate for it.
Yeah.
Chrono Cross.
Chrono Cross.
And that's why I said I don't really care if they redo Chrono
But
Cross.
he
I
said-
personally like the
I
game.
thought you said. I thought.
All right, what?
Brandon said
No.
something.
He said Chrono Trigger.
Brandon said more
He said-
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Kat
you said.
said
Brandon also says
that people
Final
hated
Fantasy
more
VIII
Chrono
is the
Trigger.
Nickelback of Final Fantasy games. So what you're saying? What you're saying it's the best one because there's nothing wrong
Wait,
with Nickelback?
which one?
Final
I
Fantasy
wouldn't
VIII is the
say
Nickelback of Final
Nickelback
Fantasy
is the
games.
best music.
I'm
though,
fine with
but
that.
Final Fantasy VIII sure sucks.
You know who's really good about?
No.
No, it did not. And
I
there's
can't
nothing.
believe
Final
I married
Fantasy IV is
you.
best Final Fantasy.
6 is the correct goddamn
Four?
answer. We've been
We are
through
not
this.
arguing about this. We're all going to say different ones. This is going to be
But-
pointless.
No, I want to know
Here's
about it.
where Eric and I have always been on the same page. Final Fantasy VIII is sorely underrated.
Hell yeah, it is. It's the best one, in my opinion.
I don't agree with that opinion.
In
but
my
I do
opinion.
agree, but I do agree wholeheartedly that people shit on it unnecessarily.
Because it
I
came right
really
after 7.
enjoyed 8.
It came right after 7 where everybody was all like, oh my god, Final Fantasy 7!
Is 8 the one with the gun swords?
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you.
What did he say?
Brandon says
6 is the only answer, so there's no need to argue.
I've never played 6, so I don't know.
I guess I'm done with the
That's a
weekly
man
dosage.
Where you going?
I'm done.
Oh god.
He's got
Guys,
to.
there's no one behind the controls.
He's got to go make Winkle. They'll be back.
They always
Who's
come
Michael?
back for my coochie in the dark.
Whoa! What the hell?
Daniel
Brandon
Tosh.
says that 8 is the one that is dog shit.
What did he say?
Final Fantasy 8 is dog shit.
You know what I remember about 8? Like the
That's
only
his
thing other
opinion.
than the gun
I don't give a
sword?
shit.
The dance scene. When he's at the ball in the beginning with the chick. It's a cutscene.
You know what I remember about Final Fantasy VIII? A couple of things. One, Keistis. My baby girl.
That was weird.
No,
He's
that's
got-
that's
he's got-
perfectly
he's got
on
the pillow
point.
at home.
Yep.
His waifu.
Man, Manny, he's just trying to warm you up a little bit.
But that card game,
Oh,
that fucking
Oh.
card game,
I hated that
Oh,
card game.
okay.
I had a love-hate relationship
Oh,
with
he
it
just
because
That's
it was a
Frankie?
Face Off, like in that movie Face Off.
Fall down the stairs.
Oh, you're just on fire.
That's how you do.
This Eric's on fire.
Music.
No, but for realsies, that card game, I have a love-hate relationship with that card.
Raven, nobody says it's okay, Brandon. Everyone's
just
allowed to
hated
be wrong
I just hated
sometimes.
it. It was awful.
Well, I
What was it
enjoy.
called? Because the only thing I can
How
think
come
of is
no one
Gwent,
has
but
mentioned
that's
That's
Nine.
Gwent. It's from Witcher.
Yeah.
I haven't
No,
played 9,
played
so I have
9.
no opinion on
Nobody
it.
played 9.
We talked about this in the car.
Always
Was
going.
9 the one with the cat?
Yeah,
Anyone?
9 was.
I played it.
Facebook?
And I got really far in it and my disc got
Terrible.
scratched and I couldn't finish it. Like disc 4 was scratched.
Oh, that's.
We
And I was
haven't
just like, well,
streamed
fuck
to
you, I'm just
Facebook
done,
in a
like,
while,
that's-
so I'm not really surprised.
That's probably true.
So
how come no one talked
Who
about
is
9?
who's Raven?
Anyone
Nobody?
talked
Is
about
that
9?
is that
no,
Pat?
I
Sarah?
That's what
Yes.
I said.
Is that
Is
Pat?
9?
Brandon says 9 is the
That
second
I
best.
got really far
Thank
in it.
you. 9 is good.
I got
You've
really
redeemed
far
it.
in
I
it, and my
said it
fourth disc was
jokingly,
scratched,
but-
so I couldn't finish it.
Number 9?
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
said
was
it
back in the day
jokingly,
when
but I
if your
kind
disc
of
was
meant it.
scratched,
Almost
you were
nobody
fucked.
played
That was
9.
it.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
9 is kind of the red-headed stepchild. It wasn't bad. It just got
Didn't 9
ignored.
get well, not re-released, but released on the PS4?
I don't think so.
No.
Which
What I'm
one?
aware
Which
of.
one was it? 8? 8 or 9?
7 got re-released.
7, they're doing
Three.
the thing.
No, it's just the game itself. It's there's nothing special about it. It's just
I don't know.
purchasable.
I don't know
So
what
if
you're
you
talking
stab him
about.
from behind, does
Which
it do a
what
stronger
one?
move?
Yeah.
What is it? 8 or 9?
You know what I
start
totally
as
forgot?
The, Black Mage.
There's a fucking bonfire in the
9.
top of this place.
Oh.
I have
Yeah.
not played 9, but it has to be 9 because
Oh,
it's
there
the
it
only
is.
You've
one.
never played 9?
I totally forgot about that bonfire.
You need
That
to
makes
play
me
9.
so mad.
Because
Has anyone
you've
here
had to
played 9?
redo this.
Eric,
Played
did you
9?
play 9?
Is 9 the one?
No, I didn't
the
play
one-
that.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
And the Black
Huh?
Mage.
I know what it is.
Was
It's the one, the guy with the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
seen it
it's
play, and I
Okay.
have never played it.
I,
though.
I,
That's one of my
I
favorite
have
ones.
barely even
9 is
seen
one of my
play.
favorite ones.
The main
My
character.
my friend
Yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
when I was younger,
When
my
you
friend
go through the
Aaron,
tower, they have the
Brandon
I
actually
like
knows
the
Aaron.
one.
He used to play 9 a
I
lot.
think I remember.
9 is
That was
one
his
of-
favorite.
But like you said, I never
Yeah,
finished
you
because when
can't
this guy,
understand
my
anything.
disc was when I
They're
got to it, I
having
didn't
a
realize it was
conversation, you
fucked.
two are having a
And so I didn't have my
conversation.
receipt. I couldn't take it back. I was just
Yeah.
like, well, this is. I never.
They're having a
finished that
conversation
game.
about other stuff.
Yeah, we're talking
No,
about
they're talking
9.
about Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
They're talking about the same stuff.
Raven Nobody says, biggest complaint I had about Final Fantasy IX was the side quests and mini game. That made it hard for me to get into.
The thing that the only criticism I have for 8 is
It's been how many years?
Yeah.
are you done?
Yeah.
Is the when you had to get in the car thing and drive around the main map.
No.
The ship, you mean?
Yeah, like flying the ship
towards
around.
the end of the third disc, I think.
No,
Let me
maybe I'm
guess.
just thinking
it
of the
was
beginning.
late in the game.
I've played the beginning many times,
Let me guess.
so
it was
it's probably
piloted by Sid.
No.
Really? 'Cause he
it was
usually
Final
in-
Fantasy 8.
Yeah,
He was
but
in
Sid,
seven.
there
Sid
was
is in like a lot
Sid's in all of them.
of the games.
In
He's
some
not all
form
of
or
them.
other, Sid's in all of
I
them.
don't
He's
think-
usually.
Oh, he was
pilot.
in 8. He was headmaster Sid.
You say.
He was headmaster of the
Yep.
company.
Yep. I remember. You're right.
So now it shows me my starting souls and my ending souls, and then how many required souls it takes per level up. So I'm
Ending
gonna do.
souls?
Like how many you started with and how many you still have.
Ah.
So it's what, like lifetime accrued on the left and
No,
current
that's how many I
quantity?
currently have. I thought it was lifetime
The
accrued, but I was
1620 is your.
1620 is what I have currently. Now watch when I level up once. I have 791
Oh,
left.
so it is like it's an individual. You have to choose what the level, and it spends those souls for
Mhm.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
I missed the answer when you said when he asked if it was like everything levels up one at a time. I thought.
Oh,
that's what
okay.
you
So it
said.
just
Oh.
updates when you confirm. Got
Yeah.
it.
So did you teleport here?
I
via the
traveled.
Bonfire?
Yeah, via the bonfire.
Yep.
Bonfire is the
Okay.
fast travel system.
Ah,
Is there a map? Or
that's
is it
why I
just
would
the
have asked
menu?
you about it.
It's just the menu.
Okay.
So that's why where it can get difficult. You don't know where you have to go. They try to do it like in order. Like the next area closest to where I have to be
Would be
is the,
on the
the tower of the
Yeah,
wall.
I would read it this second. Hey Eric.
Yeah.
A2 Brandon. Hold up. All caps. Eric doesn't like world maps in his JRPGs. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't like road maps?
No, I said
He
flying
was
the
just-
thing in the
he was
world
just complaining
map.
about the ship in 8.
Yeah.
The one thing that I liked at first, but in retrospect I kind of hate about 8 is the magic draw system.
I love the magic draw.
I
system.
liked it at first because it was a really unique system, but what irritates me about it now in hindsight is that your whole magic system was dependent on whether or not you had some of that. It made magic a finite resource that wasn't easily replenishable without going back to somewhere, as opposed to literally every other Final Fantasy where you, like, whatever weird shit you had to go through to learn the spell, once you learned it, that spell was yours, and the only distinction was whether or not you had the MP to cast it, which you could fix at any time by taking a tonic. Whereas in 8, you had to draw the fire spell out of a monster, and if you used all your fire spells, well, you're just out.
That's what you were just talking about.
Parry the world, baby.
Yeah.
I used to be super good at parrying. Now I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
very good at
Brandon,
it at all.
I'll give you that. The magic draw is trash. Like, I wanted to like it.
Okay, let me
I
rephrase.
don't
I didn't
actually know
hate
what
it.
you're talking about, to be honest.
Oh, hold on. We'll come back to it in a second. Eric, what'd you say?
I said, don't. Let me rephrase. I didn't hate it. Oh fuck me.
Oh,
That's not
Dr.
bad.
Resident Evil goo. Okay, so in every JRPG, really, you know, your magic is you have your spells, whatever that spell is, and you have magic points to spend in order to cast it, and maybe a fireball costs 50 of your 100 MP, so you can cast it twice
Yeah.
before having to tonic, right?
Yeah.
Straightforward. Almost everything uses that system in some form or another.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VIII was truly
Oh, nice,
unique
nice.
in that it did not. It used the magic
That one
draw
does.
system. And so, especially in the early game, you could abuse the shit out of it because there were some low-level enemies in the very, very first area before you even go fight the first boss. Where you could, and the first boss was Ifrit, the SR fire guy. And so there were some enemies along the beach where you could draw water and ice spells from. But the way the magic system worked was you had to select that enemy and hit draw from the menu. The same way you would pick magic, item, or fight, right?
Yeah.
And every time you would draw, it would pull
X amount of
X
Like it
amount
would
of
store
a
that?
stack
Uses.
out of that into your inventory.
Okay.
And then any character could cast that spell as long as you had that spell in your inventory.
But when you ran out, you ran out.
But when you
I
ran
don't-
out, it was fucking
I
You
think
had to
it
go
worked
farm it.
differently than you're thinking. I
What's
think
that?
you have to not attune, but set up different.
You equipped
Oh.
them. You equipped them, but any character could equip any spell.
Right, yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
Well, this
That's a
dude,
big guy.
Best RPG of all time, Mario RPG.
it's up there. I don't know if I'd call it best of all
Yeah,
time,
it's
but it's a good ass.
I mean, while you're on that topic, what are your favorite? Let's do 3 here, and let's go generational. Early life,
Oof.
middle gaming, and current.
Early life was in the NES or
Early life, just whatever you played early in your life. What was your favorite JRPG in your early life?
JRPG.
or RPG in
Oh.
general.
Or RPG?
I mean, if you include Secret of Mana in that, Secret of Mana.
I would include it.
Secret of Mana or Chrono Trigger are probably tied for me. To be honest, I mean, I like the Final Fantasy games.
No,
I
not
haven't
me.
really ever finished 7, to be honest, because I never.
Have you ever
really-
tried the one hit
Too
drop
much
kill on
into
that guy?
But yeah,
It doesn't-
I give
it doesn't
I missed
kill
what
him.
he's talking about, but
It-
Brandon was
honestly-
saying something about wrong fake news.
What, Brandon?
Probably my RPG statement.
Probably.
But for my
That could
top
be.
RPGs are probably Secret of Mana, Chrono Trigger, and Mario RPG.
So all from early life then.
Yeah, I just.
You don't have
Old
anything.
school.
Okay.
Um,
How about you, Eric? The 3. Pick
I mean,
one from each like generation: old,
I can't even think of a
middle
new-
life, and then current.
I can't even think of a new RPG I
Okay.
got into that actually took me away.
You can't think. Can we come back to you?
Can you
Yes,
give me
please.
a-
Rob.
He's getting me a contract for me.
Unacceptable.
I don't know.
So I don't know, man. I don't want to retread, but Chrono Trigger is up there for me. Mario RPG is also up there for me. I mean, obviously, I got vocal about it a minute. I don't know who the fuck I'm lying to. Final
6.
Fantasy 6. Final Fantasy 6 is my number 1 RPG of all time.
I know.
It's
I don't
in
have to
my
say
top.
number 1, but I'm saying like your 3. Like,
No, I know, but like, period. Final Fantasy 6 is my number 1 of all time. It's in my top 5 games of all time. What other RPGs have I even played?
Brandon says Chrono Trigger, Xenogears.
Ooh.
Blood Goddamn Born. I like that one. Xenogears was good.
Never played it.
You know what was
I've never
actually a
played it.
surprisingly real. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics. There you go. There's my number 2 pick for
I
I mean,
RPG.
that's not
That's
RPG.
tactics.
It is a
That's
tactics RPG.
Isn't it
That is
RTS?
no.
not
It's not
RTS,
real
right?
time at all.
No, I don't think.
It's turn-based.
Hmm,
Turn-based on a grid, even.
If you say so, man.
I do, and so does anyone who's ever played it. But no, a tactics RPG. It's a classification of RPG.
All right.
So Final Fantasy Tactics. And one that surprised. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this one on the list just because it surprised me how good I really wound up feeling it was Valkyria Chronicles.
You know what was a good one?
You
'cause
gonna say
we've
White Knight Chronicles?
No, we've talked about this before. I can't think of the name of it now. Is the one where the guy was like half dragon? Like
Blue Dragon?
You talking about Breath of Fire?
No.
Blue Dragon?
No. There's an RPG, JRPG.
Okay. What generation?
PS1.
So okay.
Your main character was like a
Legend of
dog.
Dragoon?
That was it. Yeah.
Oh.
That
Actually,
was
I'm a little
dope.
ashamed of myself for forgetting that. I didn't play it a ton, but that one was phenomenal.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
really
it.
good.
I remember playing the shit out of that one.
What was the 360 one that was all music based or inspired? Like Beethoven, all classical
No idea.
orchestra pieces. Chat, help me out.
Raven Nobody says Blue Dragon was awesome.
Blue Dragon's
I
good.
remember
Dragon was
playing
good.
it.
360 game. It was also, I believe, on the PS3.
There we go, baby.
Symphony or something. Or
Oh, God damn it. I know what game you're talking about.
and you collected like
Symphonia?
Tales of Symphonia?
no,
Is that it?
no. You collected pieces of music.
First of all, Tales of Symphonia was originally on the GameCube.
Sarah,
It
you can
predates
Google
that
it.
gen.
I'm working on it.
You collect pieces of
She's working
music
on it.
and you you basically are trying to put together the.
What was
This
the
piece.
one on? It wasn't. It was more of an action
What was the
RPG
name of
than
it?
anything.
It was
It
on a
was
360
on the
PS3.
Super Nintendo. Trevor might have to help me out.
Describe it.
It's a you were ninjas and
Shinobi's back.
no.
Tenchi.
Trevor, it's the game we would get to a point and then we just play.
Sonata?
We just play.
Yes, Eternal
Sonata.
Sonata.
Eternal
Oh
Sonata.
yeah.
Thank you, chat. Eternal Sonata.
That's from Raven Nobody.
Trevor, help me
Yes.
out here. It's a game where we would get to a certain point and we just end up playing air hockey at the gaming place. Like seriously, we'd get to the point
So
that you
Duke
could just play.
Nukem Forever with pinball.
You could play this air hockey game. We just sit there and just play it. And like we forget about the rest of the game. The main character had blue hair, and then the secondary character had like a full ninja costume with just like a round circle for his face.
I know what you're
They
talking
made a
about, too.
Super
Mystical
Nintendo.
Ninja, he says.
That's what it is. They
Yeah,
made a
listen,
Super.
I-
They
I
made a
remember
crappy
Yeah.
Super a Nintendo 64 version.
So for me, Eternal Sonata is.
Didn't they speedrun that at AGDQ this year?
Which one?
Mystical Ninja? Legend of the Mystical Ninja?
I think
I don't know.
so. Actually,
I remember
That's why
enjoying it.
it's
It was
fun.
more of an action RPG than an RPG.
So for me, a nominee, but not my list, would be
Hey,
Eternal
what are your
Sonata.
three?
Going back to the NES Dragon Warrior,
Good call.
that was the very first RPG I actually played.
Final Fantasy 1 for me, but I get
It was very
Same there.
confusing as a kid, because mind you, I was like 5, or, yeah, probably about 5 years old when I played this, and I didn't understand the save system, or really, I don't even know if there was a save system, to be honest. It might have been password based still at that time, for that particular
Final
game.
Fantasy and Dragon Warrior were both.
They were safe.
Yeah.
I didn't understand a lot of it, so I remember playing a lot of the early quests over and over again, and I just kind of thought that was the game. I don't believe as a kid I ever completed it,
Going on.
but I enjoyed it. Midlife, a game going back to Final Fantasy 9.
Missed
7
them.
was
I missed them.
great, but
Wow.
I don't want to be that person that's like, yeah, 7.
You missed him, but
'Cause I really
he
enjoyed
missed
9.
you.
Got me.
He gave you a
9
big hug
had,
with
to me,
that.
the better story.
I don't like it.
7 definitely had
Who
the
was
best
that a
villain.
bad touch?
Sure.
Sephiroth.
Eh,
But for current
Captain was up there.
for current JRPGs, the game that I really put
The
probably
Village.
over 150 hours into would be Bravely Default on the
Never even
3DS.
heard of it.
One of the
Never played
best
it.
JRPGs.
Did you
Yeah.
ever play the Golden Sun games? Those were pretty good.
Those are actually really good. They were GBA.
But if you get a chance, check out Bravely Default and Bravely Second. They're both on the 3DS.
If you haven't,
Oh,
Golden-
that's the
Golden
mystic.
Sun is really good.
Okay,
If you
yeah.
get a chance to,
I
Golden
gotcha.
Sun is really good. It's got kind of a JRPG action RPG thing going on. Like you use the you get like psychic powers, like psi powers or whatever they're called, and it's got an overlay where you like walk around and interact with the environment. And
Oh, we can only go up.
like in
Damn it.
like Pokemon, you can use cut to
He's
like,
punching you in the taint.
cut trees out of your path and stuff. You'd use your side powers to move boulders and stuff like that. It was pretty well done.
Speaking of Pokemon, no one mentioned Pokemon.
Oh, actually, I was
Yes.
waiting for my turn because I was going to say Pokemon Yellow.
Are you ready now?
I was ready when we went to you.
Eric, what are your top 3 RPGs?
Pokemon Yellow for the early.
That's
gen.
one with the Pikachu.
Yes.
Yeah, you start out with the Pikachu.
Yeah, which is amazing.
That one did not come out with the original 2.
Which
You had to wait for
considering it-
Yellow.
Yeah,
Was it
Yellow was
later?
Yellow was
Which
the third one.
considering how popular the cartoon
Yeah.
show
I have
was,
2
never
others.
thought they would have did it in default.
Cartoon
Yeah, go
was why that came out.
Final Fantasy VIII,
Good call.
and for new gen, I haven't really played any of the newer ones. The last one that I remember playing for more than an hour was, shit, I can't remember the name of it now. I'm blanking. It was a Square Enix game for the 360. Fuck.
That's a weird game. Too.
Was it
Fuck.
realistic graphics
Yeah.
or anime graphics?
Realistic.
What, 360?
Is it the one with the book?
The main character had like slicked back black hair.
So no. I think I still know what one you're talking about.
If you when you say the name,
Is it
I'm,
JRPG?
Dogs?
No.
Is it JRPG?
no, I don't know if it's considered a JRPG.
Well,
Because I
either,
thought you were talking about
Square Enix RPGs for Xbox 360.
while
they just made a new one in the series.
you're looking that up, speaking of Pokemon, have you guys heard the rumors about the fact that we might get a RPG Pokemon on the Switch.
No, not might.
Well, I mean,
But
it's
no,
inevitable.
Still by the end of the year is the might.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's
Because they
inevitable.
put a bunch of well, they are. working
Oh,
on it.
you know
They
what?
said we are.
Now that
Lost Revenant or Lost Odyssey.
it was
Lost Odyssey.
It's got to be Lost.
It was Lost Odyssey,
Yeah.
but now that I'm looking at the list, I remember that I did put the most hours in Final Fantasy 13.
Is Lost Odyssey a Square game? I thought it was Capcom.
It's Square.
Is it?
Yeah.
But, the reason I mention it.
What am I thinking of then? That's Capcom.
Lost Planet.
Lost Planet? Is that Capcom?
And
Yeah,
that is
it's
Capcom,
Capcom.
yeah.
Okay.
The Ice Planet thing.
Lost
Yeah.
Planet.
They, I guess the Pokemon can put up a bunch of like 6-month contracts for.
All right, I'm just gonna make my way to the first boss right now,
What's it?
so that way I can
Basically,
play the first
Brandon is
boss.
so fucking excited right now. It's awesome.
What do you say?
Well, he was trying to help you out. First of all, Kevin mentioned Golden Sun, and Brandon went Golden Sun to God.
They were
'cause
dope.
They were really good.
played
They
the
were really good.
shit out of them. I got stuck in the first one because I got to a point where I saved right before a boss, and there was no
Couldn't
going
go
back,
back, yeah.
and I was under leveled, so I was just like, well, I got started
Well, I
over.
guess I'm done now.
I just never.
Okay,
started
so
over.
I'm gonna play the first boss, and then after that, since we've been streaming this for a while, I'm gonna get on my higher level character.
And show
Show you the difference in like
Yes,
low level
very
gear and high
so.
level gear.
Brandon, do you remember the whatever boss it was in Golden Sun where it was like they were twins, like a guy and a girl, and they would transform into like a giant monster? That's what I'm talking about. Where I couldn't beat it.
If I die, I'm not gonna try again because I'd have to run all the way back here.
So the other thing that Brandon said though was when he was trying to help you figure out what game you were thinking of,
Yeah.
he goes Last Revenant ? And then in all caps, it's Last Revenant. And then 3 separate messages, LST all caps. And then he went Lost Odyssey, JK.
Nice.
Raven, nobody has mentioned Star Ocean yet.
Basically, the
I
people who,
haven't
Star
played
Ocean's
Star
really
Ocean.
cool, too.
the people who
Fort of the Boreal Valley. You
translate.
dick.
I call translators, but you know they take the text and
I think I watched you fight this
English,
boss once.
Spanish, that kind
Probably
of stuff. There's 6 months contract starting in April, so they're saying, given that information, we might have a Pokemon RPG by the end of the year.
Well, I mean, November's their release window for Pokemon games.
Yeah, so I mean, it all depends on how quickly they can actually get it done, you know?
I honestly, like, with the lineup, they stacked the front end of the year with a lot of really good games. We don't have anything with the Switch at the end of the year
It'd be
yet.
nice to have an anchor.
Well, I mean, with what they did
I
last
feel
year
like we're
with
not
Odyssey.
getting enough for the Switch in general right now, actually.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
can't
There's
see-
a pretty
can't
big
see
lineup
camera.
between now and May.
I mean, coming out of the first year, I feel like the lineup was a little bit dry.
This
You're
guy
fired.
looks friendly.
I'm very happy
think you're
with my
fired.
Switch.
Yeah.
It's not a commentary on the console.
No, I'm saying as far as the lineup.
What do you got?
God, what don't I have? Stardew Valley. I know it's multi-platform, but whatever. I have the Resident Evil. What is it? Which one's on there?
Fuck
One
off.
of the Chronicles ones, I'm sure.
Yeah. Revelations 1 and 2 on there. I have actually, which came out today, Bayonetta 1 and 2.
I never
So
heard
far,
those.
all 3 things that you
I know,
have
but
been
again,
able to
I'm-
otherwise.
I agree. Okay, Odyssey, Super Mario Odyssey, Legend of Zelda, which again you
Both
could have
very
on the-
strong.
You could have on the Wii U.
Well, yeah, but Game of the Year contender versions for
Right.
the Switch.
I have the remaster of LA Noire.
Remaster.
I know again, but it.
This is
Yes.
first try.
I have the remaster of Skyrim.
But this is what I
Probably.
I'm
Don't
a
know
little
if that was
disappointed
sarcasm.
in
No,
the
it's
lineup
not.
coming out
I
of the first
couldn't
year
have done that.
because it's
Are
a
you kidding
lot
me?
of remastered stuff or ports from other consoles.
But we're
Maybe a
getting
little
our
bit.
IPs now. We're getting Yoshi. We're getting.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
Also-
hoping. That's what I'm most.
We're getting
excited for,
Metroid
is to
Prime
see some of the new
4.
shit come out.
Are we?
I'm gonna go ahead and share what Brandon said, not necessarily because I agree with it per se, but because I don't think he's necessarily wrong either at this point. He said the Switch is like 75% shovelware, just like the Wii and the Wii U. And on just garbage games, stuff that they just churned out rapidly because who
Like
gives a
Cave
shit?
Story.
You could make anything.
I disagree with that sentiment. I think the Wii, yes. The Wii U, no. The problem with the Wii U is the lack of.
Well,
Because they flipped the Switch.
Raven,
on,
nobody
no pun
says
intended.
that, but that means it's like 25% awesome.
Well, but see, here's my problem with that. The Wii U had a criminally small library in general.
And it failed because of that, because the release windows were too far apart.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
but
like,
that means for every 10 games that the system had, if 2 of them were shovelware, it's 25% right there, and that ratio is.
So what's the rage about the Switch then? If it's so bad, why are we at 11 plus million sales? Why have we already surpassed the Wii U in its 5 years?
Breath of
Why?
the
Well, look at the.
It can't be Breath of the Wild.
It absolutely can.
The two
It
games
absolutely can.
Yes,
Splatoon
it can.
2.
No. Look, I am a day one
do like
adopter of the
Splatoon 2.
Switch. Okay.
I am as well.
But what the point I'm making is that I'm not here to shit on my beloved Nintendo. I'm just being realistic.
No,
about
no,
where
I
they're
agree
at.
with you,
You
and-
could absolutely move 1 million units based on Breath of the Wild alone.
I was just gonna say, honestly, even if I never
To
got to
say
sing
nothing
another
of Mario
Switch,
Odyssey.
But I'm not
game,
talking about just on that game because that was a launch window game. I'm talking about
why it's
continued
continuing.
sales.
I don't think that.
Brandon would like to clarify
Well,
that
keep in mind,
he
people
thinks
weren't able to get
the
it,
Switch
so
is
people are
dope,
still buying it to
but
get it.
most of the games are butt trash. And Breath of the Wild was a dumpster fire.
Okay, you get the hell out of my
Whoa.
chat,
Whoa.
Brandon. All
What
right.
the heck? Did you hold on?
I feel like that's
Hold on.
shock value.
I am
He's not.
done
That can't
with
be
you,
legit.
buddy.
Did they play
We
it?
were on the
Pretty
same
sure
page
he's
for
in full
so
on
long.
mode right
Did they
now.
play it?
You've been trolled.
Did
Yeah.
they play it?
For me and
It
Rob,
says Xenoblade, though, the god. Mario Odyssey, the best.
I heard Xenoblade was garbage.
me and Brandon
No, hold
and
on.
Sarah know
Visuals,
Brandon.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, I
Story
know.
great, but the combat was apparently garbage.
Okay, no. So real talk, Brandon. Did you really not like Breath of the Wild, or are you just pushing buttons?
I will.
How
I
do
will
you
push
not
your.
like
buttons.
Because I want to know. I want to know sincerely.
I will push your buttons in.
And again,
I don't know what that means.
I'm going
to
to
be
read
honest.
this one because again, he's not wrong. He said, and it sells a ton because it's Nintendo and 12-year-olds love Nintendo.
So do 7-year-olds.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
it's true. It's not wrong, and it's
How
not
much
necessarily
Switch stuff
enough.
did Alex watch before he actually got it? You know, he
Honestly,
knew more about
all of
Odyssey,
it.
Odyssey before I did.
All of it.
I'd be curious to know the
Actually,
demographic though in sales of that console. Is it the
Well,
12-year-olds or is it the
Nintendo
appeal?
demographics?
That's a
Demographic
hell-
has
that's a
skewed
hell
of a
low
health
for
bar
a
you
long
got,
time
friend.
at this point.
Thank you.
It's a family console.
I
It
am
is true. I'd be also curious to know the classic consoles.
Level
I guarantee
136.
It's our
What
generation
do you have
that
so many
buys
souls
those
right
things. It's not the kids buying
Why
it.
do you
That's
want?
that's not enough to level up. At your
Oh,
level.
that's nowhere near.
Okay.
My
okay,
level up now
that's
is
cool.
122,000 to level up.
What?
But you get a lot more
I
per
know
soul.
you do shock value shit, and so that's what I figured it was. But I did.
I knew that was a troll. That was
He was trying to get us all to
He played
rage.
it
Yeah.
And it worked.
Yeah, you got
he
me.
said he played it through twice, and once in master mode, and he played all the DLC.
Yeah, and that's what I was
And
gonna
that
say. I
doesn't
mean, as
surprise me.
much as I hate to say it, even if I had only ever bought Zelda on the Switch, I put enough time into it to have made it worth my
Lord,
while to
did you,
just buy the
like
system.
have some health with your other.
Honestly,
meters,
I didn't
man.
pay for my
Jesus.
system, so like,
This is my main
for me, it was-
character.
No, I get it. but
No, I
good
did
lord.
surveys online.
I'm
Oh,
level
right.
136.
So like my system was free, and
I used tax money,
I couldn't
you
have
know?
been happier. And I got lucky. I stayed up super late to
So
ship
did
the
I.
pre-order.
Let me tell you about the mess that I had to deal with. Thank God. I never thought I would say this, but thank God for that retail that was mentioned earlier. Because look at what happened. I stayed up, and I got his
I thought the
system.
way I phrased the question was, did you actually hate it? And then you said I did not. No, because Brandon is saying it's not a troll. He doesn't like it. Because it took a bunch of things from games like Shadow of Mordor and Assassin's Creed and put Zelda wrapper on it.
He's dead
Well,
inside.
what game doesn't steal from other games?
Right.
Though? Let's be real.
Okay, well that's not really an excuse though.
Well, anyways, it was amazing and you're done. Moving on. I stayed up really late. Like I'm talking about like 5 o'clock because that's like I watched the Nintendo Direct because it was rumored that after the Direct it was going to go live, and it was a couple hours after that, and I got
Oh, shit.
his reserved because I logged into his. I'm like,
Where'd you order yours from?
Amazon,
Amazon.
and that's where
Yeah, mine was at 4 in the morning. I was able to snag it.
that's where the problem lies. I snagged it for him, and I snagged one for my brother and me.
You can
On
only do
mine.
one per customer.
Yeah. You know what they did? They canceled them
Canceled it.
both.
All of them?
Yeah, no,
No,
just
mine
mine and
was fine,
Trevor's.
but they
Oh.
canceled both of them.
Yeah, because only it was limit one per customer.
Yeah, so they canceled them both, which I was like, why both?
Just
cancel
cancel
one.
Brandon
Their
says Tetris didn't
algorithm.
steal.
Yeah.
So
'Cause they
I,
mistake
That's
you as a
true, and
bot.
Tetris is game.
a few days later,
the,
because I'm just super bummed because I missed it, and I
Eternity?
knew it was going to be hard to get.
Tetris is
Well,
best
actually,
game.
the next day I think it was the guy we know, Amari. He was like, GameStop has them available if you want to pre-order. I was like, and I've already, I just to be safe, I pre-ordered one to Rob's house. I had
So
it
that
sent
it looked
to
like
Rob.
a separate customer.
Yeah, so it looked like a separate customer because I wasn't.
Gonna deal with
I
that
just
again.
wasn't dealing with
Yeah.
that because they had the same thing in place, and a whole weird thing happened. Like the game came out, we got our games, and like 2 weeks later, GameStop hadn't collected the money for them, and I was just like, "What's going on?" And then like my bank was like, "Yeah, sometimes the retailer just doesn't collect the money. They'll get it." And then sure enough,
I want to explain something about the game.
Sorry,
Now,
go ahead.
I moved over to my higher level characters,
Uber guy.
level
Notice
136.
More health.
More health, more stamina. You'll notice that I'm holding a staff, which
Yeah,
You're
you
I
are.
gonna be on fire.
no, it's not gonna be on fire.
No, she said you appear to be on fire.
Oh, I'm on fire because I'm embered. Embered is
Hot.
Is Ember the color of your energy?
This dude is on fire.
Oh no.
No, it
We're
just,
fine. It's McAfee.
Windows
but
down.
I leveled up my sorcery or whatever. I can't remember which one it is right now, but allows me to use that to do this to my sword.
He-Man.
So now it does more damage.
Oh yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Freaking rich guy.
That's a
Oh
spider.
shit,
Oh.
my face.
Spider dude. Spider dude.
These look fun.
Oh God!
Is that a skeleton spider?
Did he poison you?
Hey, goddamn
Toxic.
face hugger.
Oh, it's like on crack.
I hate it here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this area.
I'm not either.
Quit.
Is it
I'm
making
going
you
home.
slow or was no?
Water does in general.
No, you just look like you got like super slow.
Like the chick from the ring had sex with a face
He's
hugger.
wearing armor and
I watched
walking
that
through
one.
water.
You'd watch that movie?
No, I did.
What?
I don't even want to know where you found that.
I'll send it to you.
No.
Investigate 311. Says Brandon.
Because I said Ember is the color of his energy.
Oh, is that a thing?
He got the reference.
Okay.
I didn't.
It's 311.
We're not hip enough. It's fine.
I got the reference.
I meant me and Kevin. I mean, you too. You're just trying to
We're old.
coattails.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. You don't know what's up.
It's 311 band. You wiener bag.
Figure 11?
311 band.
Not finger
Said
11.
it's 311 the band.
That is a good band though. Figure 11.
You know that song? That was like their one hit?
They had a few hits.
Nah, that's the
No, they legit did.
Who did?
Finger 11.
Oh yeah.
You're a joke.
I know. Because I'm friends with you.
That's why we keep you around.
I can't listen to that band though.
Where's my
Why?
Jester hat?
Because all you can think of is Kane.
No.
The wrestler?
No. Every time
He used to Figure 11.
they
song
always
for
have their
his-
one biggest Paralyzer, their biggest single.
I love that song.
Every time it comes on, Andrew likes to tell a story about this played when I was on this roller coaster ride.
First of all.
Okay.
And one of the times that she was about to tell the story, I knew she was going to tell the story, so I beat her to telling her own story to me. And she just was quiet.
Just so mad.
She was pretty mad.
11 is a great band. And
I didn't say it
discovered
wasn't.
them
I just-
because of Smallville.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Smallville.
What do you mean
I'm
you?
just messing with you now at this point.
You can't lie to me.
I love
you
this
watch
song.
this week's episode?
Yeah.
Y'all need to relax a little bit right now.
Wow.
Because
So-
I said so. That's why.
Do you want to
Oh.
close out with this character at all?
Oh,
That's when Robbie-
hold on.
He was going to do
Yeah,
something
live stream.
specific, weren't you? Or were you?
No, I
I
was
just want to show.
just showing
Real quick,
off.
Judgment of the Night.
As long as there's
See
no more
this shirt?
spiders.
Wild Stallions.
Don't call the man out.
I'm calling him out. He didn't know what it's from.
Okay.
Kevin's just trying to start
Yeah,
shit.
I'm just trying to.
He's
say-
mad because we put him front and center again.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
He's
next
tired.
week, only Kevin will be here.
Next week,
We'll be on
I'm
the
on
other side of
vacation.
the camera.
Yeah, where are you going?
Just get a
Home.
spotlight to interrogate.
It's a
him all the
staycation.
time.
little quaint villa on the.
I want
Yes,
Desi
you-
back. Can we have Desi back?
Wow.
Oh, he meant instead of Kevin, not instead of
Oh,
you.
I was like, what? You kicking me
He
out?
got so
Not you,
he got
no.
so defensive. He was just like,
defensive nothing. He got scared for a minute. You see that?
Am I
Scared?
fired?
No, I was angry.
No, I meant to replace this guy.
Wow, that's mean.
Yeah, and
That's
rats
weird.
are
You just
also
put me on
awful.
blast for not recognizing a reference from a T-shirt from a movie that's over 20 years old that I haven't seen probably in 20 years.
Neither have I. Still knew what it was. Wild Stallions.
I was trying to look at my items and I wasn't paying
He
attention.
knew what it was from.
Walked right off.
You didn't know 311.
Yes, I did.
I think at this point we
Yeah,
go
but
back to
311 was not a
910.
cultural phenomenon the way Bill and
What'd
Ted
you say?
was.
That's true.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Never
I
even
mean,
heard
no.
of him.
What? What?
He's being an asshole. I've heard of 311. I've heard some of their music before. I just don't.
Is that the
Like, I
is
don't
that the
know them
height?
that well,
The average
but-
height of the band members?
I'm done. with
Wow.
Now you see how I feel when you make stupid ass jokes and shit that I say.
I've never made a stupid ass joke on this show.
You just made one.
You
Fans-
made one earlier about
No.
Faith.
Faith plus one. That was
Faith
not
plus
a stupid ass joke.
amazing.
It
No.
That
was
was great.
It's amazing. Go back right now, fans, and watch all 20 episodes on demand and check and see if I've ever made a bad joke or an annoyance.
You will
to
only
anyone.
need to
I've
watch-
never-
episode 2.
I've
You'll
never
only need to
watched
watch
Annoying.
episode
They're
2.
gonna have one of those counters, and they're gonna
The
click
little
it so much
clicker
it's gonna
thing.
break.
It's just gonna rotate all the way around.
Yeah, it's
twice.
gonna zero out.
I can only think of one possibility, and it was more so in a compliment. I believe I was making breakfast for someone.
You've made bad jokes on both episodes I've been in. Oh,
Oh God.
good night.
There's the rage.
Good night.
quit.
Oh,
See what I did there? That's a
Look what
throwback.
you guys did.
I swear to God, you touch my controller, I will beat you in the face.
He's not gonna play. Are you kidding me?
Stop antagonizing. He's already running away.
Hi, everybody.
That's not
I know.
related.
Come on.
How do I look?
That's why.
Do I look alright? Do I look alright? I'm on the main cam.
I gotta say that
You have like
nice
a
background you got.
shine.
I like that.
I have a shine.
No, not really. I'm just messing with you.
Shine, shine. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
I didn't do.
You can't just leave the camera empty.
Yeah, stay there.
No.
Get away from me. That's what I was hearing.
Just enlarge the 3.
Enhance.
So we'll go.
Please don't enlarge me anymore.
Enhance.
Oh.
Do we have mic? Okay, we still have audio. So.
Well, while he's gone, and so there's no reason for us to get distracted from it.
Why was he so upset about his controller? Like I was gonna break it.
He doesn't want you to fuck up his characters. That's all it is.
Dude. Like I'm gonna do that.
I feel like you would just to fuck with him.
No, I'm not that mean.
Why does my pee smell like popcorn?
Whoa!
Okay.
Welcome Eric back to the couch.
Why does your popcorn smell like pee?
Raven Knight said he should have.
I feel like that's a
sold
more
all his
important
items.
question. What?
Raven Knight said sell
Ah.
all his items.
Oh, you did it again.
That's okay.
No more spider thingies. Ugh.
So.
Reminds me of that time.
No, I
that
was
So if you guys
Batman
aren't-
got
About the way
cornered
it
by a-
sounds.
I'm done with you.
Alright.
I'm done with you.
That's cool.
So, if you guys haven't yet, that little thing down here, the little,
What the fuck are you
not,
doing? Yeah.
not his.
My little thing? Okay, first of all,
Trying to get
I
the-
was kidding about the shirt. You put me on blast like that.
No, I'm trying to get the follower goal. Right here, the little
Oh,
thing.
right on. You can't reach to it. It's off the camera.
I'm
Stop
trying
touching me.
The
It's
little
somewhere
thing
over here.
down here past the not so silent Bob. This thing right
What?
here.
Boulevard.
Why did you?
Kevin would like you to stop
Why did you
pointing
do
in the
that?
general region of his brain.
Yeah,
That's
you don't
not-
need to be clicking on my thing.
Well, it's over here then.
It's right here.
I'm uncomfortable.
No, that's the
Follow
that's
this.
the counter.
Your
That's
armpit is really warm.
because I'm a warm guy.
Okay.
See right here, there's the. What are you doing?
But
That's a dick.
Hey, look, it's dick.
And they didn't get to see that. That's
no,
not
they
a
will
camera.
get to see that.
No, it's not.
Oh,
The
you
game's
took
not.
us off the gameplay. Okay.
Oh,
So they get to see
B-Word
that.
sent an emoji dick.
Whoa,
Dick emoji.
whoa.
Dick emoji.
So
Yeah, what was whoa about that? You said dick
I'm
like
pretty
3
sure we've
times.
said way worse stuff than that
No.
tonight.
no.
Just said it's a dick a minute ago.
Oh my god.
I mean, you did.
I'm sanding this guy down
So-
the
At least I'm
well.
not getting like a pat.
This has been
Episode
No,
20.
20 amazing episodes with all of you guys.
Yay.
We haven't done it in a while because we get yelled at every time we do, but I want to bring it back because it is the 20th. Thank you all so far
Thanks.
for being on this venture that Eric and I started and decided to somewhat include Rob and Kevin in.
Raven Knight says adult content flag.
This is my last one.
Yeah, Kevin's done. He's
Until
fired.
next week.
He's fired.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, we're grateful. That's really bright. We're grateful.
They did that in the movie last night.
We're not dead though.
Mr.
Like,
Ed.
there was a moment where
Any
like, it was like super dark,
Sentiment.
and all of a sudden it was sunrise. and it was
Sentiment?
just
Thanks.
I didn't touch your controller.
I'm sure you did.
I did. I swear.
He
I
didn't.
did.
I'm sure you did.
He breathed on it. I saw
He
it.
actually licked that grody.
Okay.
In all reality,
let's focus up here.
You're not
Thank-
on camera. Oh yeah, you are. No,
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Look, he's right fucking here, man.
I couldn't see over his head.
All right, guys.
Go ahead.
Thanks.
What do you got, E-Rock?
Bye.
I'm just gonna go back to just to Eric by himself.
He already said it. He said thanks. Bye.
That's not gonna close it.
Well, since he's just gonna
I
stone
think he
face
froze.
it, I'm gonna. Somebody
Real
poke the
quick,
camera.
Keelan says hello.
Oh, just in time.
Well, he
Oh.
said yo, but
Who is that?
You late.
Keelan.
You're late as
Oh.
shit, bro.
Anyway, 20 episodes. We're hoping to make a lot more. I hope you guys enjoyed all of it. If you guys have anything you want to say, comment, send us anything on Facebook, post to our page.
Hit us
Have
up
some more
on
fun. Twitter, Instagram. Should I name all these?
Yeah.
Mixer. Fuck Mixer, dude.
We probably are gonna keep
Whoa.
using Mixer, but
No,
hey,
Mixer's awful.
It's,
there's like 4 people that use it.
Yeah, we
In
don't
the
want to be
world?
the 5th. Yes,
Yeah.
y'all need to relax. Gonna alienate an audience before we even get there.
that's fine. I don't want. I
He's
don't
like,
want
if they're on Mixer, we don't want. That's what he's saying.
I'm ready to go back in the archive and watch this, and it's just gonna be fuck those guys.
Who, the
But in
people
reality,
watching Mixer?
thanks for watching. We really do appreciate it. We're hoping to soon start putting out some like montages, I guess, compilations,
Highlight reels.
compilations of all of our episodes. We're currently working on that among my job and stuff. So
Yeah, help us out. Donate to the channel so this can be our job. We'd love to entertain you full time, 8 hours a day, every day.
We can start
Just
selling
dive straight
shirts.
into asking for money.
Hell yeah, I'm asking for money. Help us out.
Hey.
We want to make this better for you.
You
I'm
know-
not trying to like say, hey, I want to go buy some stuff. I'm saying I want to make this better for you.
We can start
Doesn't
selling
involve
shirts
buying
with
some stuff.
what's it?
What?
What's it?
We're getting sidetracked. Eric's gonna have an aneurysm one of these days. Real soon.
We can all close the show together.
Yeah.
Damn, Eric.
Buddy.
Why you so mad?
don't ask for money.
It's just a game. Don't be
It's a donation.
Don't ask for donations.
What's the basket they hand out for church then? This is the same thing.
Bullshit is what it is.
Okay, whoa,
Ooh.
no, no, I'm cutting that one right there. We're not having that conversation on here.
What was it? Didn't something about like having more merchandise? Like didn't there wasn't a poll
We-
about that?
We put up a poll as to
Can you-
whether or
can
not
you cut
people
the stream
would
off
be
now?
interested in.
Apparently we're
We're done. This episode's done. It veered. We can't do an outro.
Like, click the
Hey,
notification
I
thing.
nailed it.
Thanks.
I was in the middle of it, and then you interrupt me with Twitter.
Because you
You're
were
a
moving
tweeter.
off again.
Do you want me to name every single thing we have?
I do.
Take 40 minutes?
All 5 of them.
Yeah. Takes 45 minutes to do it all.
5 minutes for each one.
We love you.
So, let's be real. Stay posted, because in 12 minutes we're going back live again for our after party.
No, we're not. I'm leaving. It's my last,
Eric's
it's my last
leaving.
episode, so.
And most importantly, stay posted to our group, because come Monday morning, we're going to put a poll on there, because next week is community votes. We want to know what you want to see us play next week on the weekly dosage. So that's extremely important that you guys pay attention to that and vote. And Eric just crapped himself on stream. Oh my God. Jeez Louise.
He did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
So if you haven't already, follow us on social media and
Well,
follow us
hardcore,
here.
right?
We want to thank you for 20 episodes and maybe 20 more as he sits in his fucking row. I'm going to just put it on you. We'll end how we started with this schmuck.
Brandon wants to know if
I
the
can
next
taste
part of
it.
the stream is Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That was his Dark Soul.
Oh, God. Like, comment, follow, subscribe. Tell these dancing monkeys what we should be doing.
You tried to get me to do that earlier. What is with you
No,
tonight?
no.
Travis did not cut that nearly fast enough.
Oh, we're still going.
He didn't cut it at all. We're still here.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
These aren't
Apparently
glowing.
Brandon is unsubscribing.
These aren't glowing. Okay, you can cut.
Okay, good night.
I love you. Oh,
Creep factor.
You made Brandon unsubscribe.
I said
Bye, Brandon. I love you.
No,
He's gonna unsubscribe, but he's gonna be here for an episode. Because I told him to.
You don't get a choice in the matter.
Did you
will
cut it
be
yet, or
here.
are we still live?
No.
We're still alive.
I know we're still
Turn
live.
it off.
I know we're still live.
Goodbye.
Cut back to the dual camera so we can all wave goodbye, and then let's cut the damn stream.
Wave goodbye.
Yes. Goodbye. Farewell. I'm gonna kill these guys.
Second.
Oh God!
Turn it
Outro!
off. Bye.
And God, Travis, I swear to God.
Now you go back to it. Now you go back to me.
You can turn it back up.
Apparently, Brandon has an appearance fee of 2 Whopper Juniors.
You get 3 Whopper Juniors.
Did you actually
You
cut
can turn
back?
it back on, yeah.
Oh my God.